What
Hey,
is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dyna-Mic duo. We've been gone forever, and look at me, I'm just clicking buttons. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. How's it going, Fletch, man? How you been?
hey, it's very good, everybody. We're back, like the Terminator, man. And I'm with Chopper Fett, of course, or Daddy Fett, right? Obviously, he's got a new kid. He's my Terminator to my Sarah Connor. So we're
Wait,
back, kind of,
kind of.
kind of.
He tried to kill her once.
I know.
So it depends what movie you're used to seeing, but we stick with Terminator
Yeah,
2. So
yeah, that's the best. The rest is all. Okay, I won't curse.
no,
We'll keep it.
there's no
We'll keep.
kids here today. No kids here today.
Oh,
So
no kids. So we all fucked then. So,
yeah. But no, it's good to be back. I posted that video this morning, which was like a remotivational thing. I actually filmed that before my life went to. It didn't go to hell. I went to. It did kind of go to hell for part of my month, but
sure.
it's been up and down, and we'll get into all that later here tonight. But man, July, I was ready for July to be over. Lots of good
Oh
came out
man.
of it, some bad came out of it, and now I'm just ready to start focusing on myself again. So, what have you been doing to keep busy, Fletch?
Well, I've been working as usual, but I think just like July was a bit tough because I had a lot of projects that were hitting their deadlines and stuff. So August seems to be a little bit more easier in a sense. Then, of course, it's been raining biblical style here, so I couldn't get very much rides out. And then, of course, I'm concentrating on my music and uh, stuff
Yeah,
like
you'll
that.
have to share some of that music. I need you to write our new intro music at some point.
Oh yeah, listen, I'll do that, man. That's for sure. At least I get some work out of my guitar. You
There
know.
you go. There you go. And then what will probably happen is I'll play it on my channel, and you're gonna have it copyrighted without telling me, and then I'll get
Uh,
demonetized, and we'll just have to break up the dynamic duo at that point. So,
oh, what the fuck? Yeah, man. Yeah. But listen, I gotta
uh,
say hello to everybody out there. Like to say hello to. I need to go to the side chat. Anonymous biker, Black Phoenix. Hey, what's up? Walton, PA, Mister GRD,
Mr.
uh,
G,
and Mister G
1965.
nine
We
sixty
got
five as well.
Scouse. Yes, Scouse. This is what happens. You leave, I swoop in to steal your shit. So,
Exactly. But then we can have you in here, right? And then you can just tell us what the fuck you've been doing all this time because I thought I decided to, fuck up from this thing. But, you might as well come on and tell us all about it.
yep.
And what's the topic for today?
Well, I think today is we're going to kind of be spitballing a lot of it just because it's the first stream back. We just want to have a good time.
Right.
But I kind of want to talk about, a little bit of what's going on in my life, just to kind of keep the world updated, even though there will be vlogs and stuff down the road
Sure.
about that. But I really want to just kind of, figure out work-life balance between, because now I got a bigger family, I got work, I got this that I'm trying to do at the same time. Where do you find the time to get it all in, and then still find time to ride for yourself? I mean, that's the tough part of it all. So, but no, man, it's great. Like I said, just doing this 5 minutes
I
in,
know.
it's like I'm just so happy to be back. So happy to be back.
Isn't
Uh,
this great, though?
it is
Isn't this
great.
great?
It is so much. And what I'll go ahead and do here is because we don't have a special guest tonight, because I decided, hey, Fletch, let's just change the night. Let's just run with it. I didn't book anybody, so I'm just going to throw the link over there in the side chat. And anyone who wants to join in, you join in with us. So,
Exactly. But before we begin, though, Brett, what is of all we've been chatting so much and everything else, and I completely forgot to ask, what's your kid's name, man?
My kid's name is CJ, is what she goes by.
CJ.
Yep. So she's a little bundle of joy. She ended up surprising us about 3 weeks early, so it
Yeah.
wasn't something that we were expecting. And when I sent that cryptic Instagram post saying, "Hey, I'm taking about a month hiatus," I was actually in the hospital that night. Is after the procedure happened to get the baby
Right.
out early. So I was like, this baby's early. There's a lot of other things going on in life as well. I need to step back. So, but nope, her name's CJ, and she's going to be a firecracker. Can already tell.
I'm sure, and you probably have to get a gun as well when she gets to be 14.
Oh, I think we have access to a few already at my wife's parents' house. I think we could find some if we needed to. So, but yeah, definitely when that first person shows up for a date, like, what time are you gonna have her home by?
We do the bad boys thing, right? So I fly over and then
that is the best example. Bad Boys 2, when when the guy comes, like Reggie.
Reggie, yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes from a movie, and now I can actually apply that to my life. That is going to be awesome.
You been to prison?
When that happens, Fletch, I'm like, fly it out here, and you're going to be the uncle.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be the drunk uncle with the gun waving, stuff like that.
You'll be the Will Smith character for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
So yep, we had CJ, and then as far as like the little bit of downside, I'm just gonna go and blow this out of the way here. We did lose a pet over the time as well. So the way it kind of happened was we got pet diagnosis on the Monday, and then we went to the hospital on Wednesday, had baby on Friday. So that whole week was just super emotional. Yeah. And then a couple weeks later, the dog finally got to its end, and we had to do the ultimate deed the other day, which was tough. About a week ago, it's almost been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's crazy how time flies, but
exactly.
But that's been part of the reason I haven't been motivated to really do anything either, is just because there has been, while CJ being born was great and awesome, that also kind of mellowed me back out at the same time. But I do have a video that I did film that talks about it, and there's a lot of good points, I think, but I won't ruin those anyway. But I see the Terminator is sitting in our box here. Let's go ahead and bring him in.
Oh yeah, sunglasses and all. What the fuck? Hey, Scouse, how's it going, man, Stevie?
All right, man. How are you, boys? You all right?
Doing well. Might I have to tell your wife that you're on this tonight, or is she going to allow it?
She's out, mate. That's why I'm on for 5 minutes. So she comes back.
And soaking in the sun as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just sitting in the sun outside, mate. So, just thought I'd pop in and say hello, boys. Obviously, I haven't spoke to you for a while, and everybody really. I haven't spoke to anybody for a while. Like Chopper was saying, I had a little bit of a break myself, so
Yep. And dude, it's nice to get those breaks. Even though mine was like more family related break, even though it's still a break from YouTube. And I think that's going to be one of the topics, is we have to be able to step away from this to re-energize and refocus on what's most important in our personal lives, right? Because
totally agree, mate. Yeah, totally agree. Exactly. I think I was sort of, like I said in my video, I was kicking the ass right out of it, man. I was live streaming every Friday night, videos every time I went out on the bike, and it was partially to get to that, to get monetized and stuff, and that happened. And it was sort of after that, I thought to myself, I had to reevaluate where I was with the channel. Right, yeah, fine, I've been monetized. However, I need to take a step back, man, because you work hard to get to that point, and then it's like you get the missus is like, we don't do anything anymore. We haven't been here. We haven't done this. We haven't done that. All we do is spend time out on the bike and fucking edit. So, I've had a month off now, boys, and I'm ready to return, as it were. I think nice. I'm going out on the bike tomorrow for a poker run. So there'll be a video coming out on Wednesday for that bastard. So
that'd be nice.
I'm energized to come back, as it were.
Was it one of your poker runs that you guys didn't do the poker run correctly on? Was it one of your videos or someone else I watched? They didn't stop at the first spot to get the first poker chips. I think it was actually somebody else. They were riding with their misses. Yeah. But
they said it wasn't me.
Wild on twos, I think.
Oh, it might have been them. But yeah, they stopped for the first stop to get their first cards. And oh no, that's just registration, and they just went on to that first stop, and so they had a 3-card hand when they got to the end of the game. So
noisy motherfucker! 2 seconds, boys. This noisy bastard. Give us a sec.
Aircraft flying and motorcycles passing by. What the fuck?
Right, come on, man. We run a professional show here.
Yeah, look at that.
So Fletch, I know you've kind of taken a step back as well. So I think that's a good topic. Is you know, what's led you to wanting to take a step back as well?
Well, I think when in one of my videos, I think I met in the first live stream that I did by myself. I think I talked a little bit about it. I found that things, for all the hard work that we've been putting in, I don't just speak for myself. I think we all put in a hell of a lot of work. It's going out and editing and doing the stuff and getting topics and stuff. And then you find that YouTube just fucking you by taking stuff out and putting stuff back. And you lose. At one point when I hit the 400, I lost another 20 after that, and then it took a while to get back up. So I said, okay, look, fuck it. This is gonna stop for a while, And it's just, it's taking time away from family, and it was taking time away from work, right? And I felt there was too much of an obligation. It became, and then it wasn't fun anymore.
Right. This is it. Me and Anonymous were talking about this today, and we were talking about, you put all this fucking effort in. Are we allowed to swear? Sorry.
Yeah. I've been swearing since the beginning.
So, yeah, we were talking about this today. You put all that effort in. You go out on a bike. You do your 5-hour ride or whatever it is. If you're doing a poker run or whatever, unless it's a quick blast around the block. But and then when you get back, you've got to sit there for fucking 5-6 hours editing a 10 to 15 minute video, and then you've literally spent probably a day and a half away from everybody, just for very little gain at the end of it when you put on YouTube, and fuck man, I've got nearly 1,300 subscribers, and I get probably on average about 150, 300 views, and I'm like, well, hang on, you subscribe to my channel, so why aren't you watching? There's got to be, I don't know what, I think maybe the live streams hate it or what, I don't know, mate, but it's a pain in the ass, and like I say, you do all that work for very little return. So what the fuck's the point,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, the point needs to be you're doing it for yourself and not for the views and stuff like that. Because now I kind of, when I dialed it back now, I'm thinking when I started this, I used it as a creative outlet for myself. So it was, I didn't care. I am at, I think I'm at 315 right now subscribers. I didn't think I would have 315 in 3 years, to say, to be honest with myself. So, I should be proud of that. And then I just need to focus really on, what can I do to make my video better? So maybe if it does ever get discovered, there it goes. But, and then if, you get that discovered video and it gets blah, 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 they can go back and actually see your content is decent and hopefully it grows. But, I'm just gonna do what I can. I mean, my goal is to still put out the Wednesday video every week, and I'm to the point though. If I don't get it out, I don't get it out now. But I still have quite a bit in my backlog now because I filmed the other day, so I do have probably another month and a half worth of videos. So.
Mate, not getting it out is definitely better than not getting it up. So you should.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That is absolutely correct.
Now, before we get too far into tonight, and because I don't want him to go to bed, Mr. What's Up Bob is over there in the side chat, and as we know, he is me
granddad.
He is my dad, and he's CJ's granddad and everything. But today is his birthday, so for a very special live stream, I'm going to sing him happy birthday. No, I'm not. I'm really not. So, but I just really do want to wish happy birthday to my
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Bob. Happy birthday to you.
You'd think this is one of those drunken parties, but it's just Coca-Cola in here.
Come on, boys. If you're going to take over me on Friday night, you've got to at least get shit-faced and cause carnage. At least.
Mine's Irish.
There you go.
Irish coffee.
No, I thought you were going to say Irish whiskey then.
Well, it was Irish whiskey in the coffee.
Good.
He doesn't like Saturday. Our singing. He doesn't like our singing. That's disappointing. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
no.
Shocking. That's shocking, Bob. I was on the X Factor and Everton once.
I know. All right, coming in is Mr. Roland Keith. How we doing, buddy? How's Australia treating you?
Cold, wet, not good for riding. How you going, guys? How are you?
How you doing,
Good,
mate?
mate.
Just thought I'd drop in quickly. I got a client coming and seeing me pretty soon, so I thought I'd just jump in and say g'day before anyone gets here. So that's all good.
I appreciate you stopping by for sure.
You've got a client coming. Are you a male gigolo or something? Friday night?
Pretty much.
Scouts is going to hire you.
He's got a maid's uniform underneath that T-shirt there.
Look at Scouts. You see him? He's checking his shoulder. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Mate, look, I've got the garage door wide open, so when she rocks up, I'll know.
I would just step
she's
into
back.
Instagram.
He's coming back in a minute, life's tough in a minute, boys.
It is. It can be, for sure.
No.
Man. So how's life treating you down there, Roland? You guys, you said it's cold and wet, but how cold is cold?
I think in your language, probably around about the high 30s.
Ooh, that's chilly.
Yeah, it's too chilly for this old bugger to ride. So, and too wet and slippery. But that's going to change around pretty soon. That's why I did my season 2 video coming soon.
I like that video. It's an MT-109, right?
Yep.
That was very, very cool little intro that you did for your season 2. I like that a lot. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. Actually, talk amongst ourselves here. Yeah.
So next season, when the weather gets better, which is hopefully only in a few weeks' time, be doing some fly ride videos. Really, combinations of both. I've got a couple of destinations that I want to show you guys, and just sort of play it by ear, really.
Yeah, get that drone working, mate.
That's it.
How long have you had the drone for?
Probably about 4 weeks now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's all.
Because I thought your drone work was really good in that trailer video that you did, and here we go.
Yeah, look, those Mavic Minis, they're great to operate. They're fantastic little machines.
I mean, this was like really, I thought, professionally well done. This would have taken me forever to shoot this. So, and that bike, dude, is gorgeous.
Yeah,
mate, I love the Boulevards, especially the 109s, man. Fucking some bit of kit, that, mate.
Yeah, they're a nice animal.
Like shit off a shovel.
Is it kind of comparable to a V-Rod as far as what it's supposed to be, or what's it supposed to kind of be for us Harley guys? What do we compare that to?
I think the V-Rod, the M109, a couple of others, they're all the same ilk. They're a muscle bike.
Scouts for Sports there.
No.
Yeah.
So is like this shot done with you on the drone, or is this you walking around? It looks like you walk on the drone because I don't see your reflection. No,
that's all. The whole lot's off the drone.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That was very good, man.
Brilliant. Yeah, really cool.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they do a really good job. Those things.
Yeah, it flies by itself, man. That thing
pretty much. Yeah, I mean that's like,
rolling.
Yeah, I had that other cheap shit drone that I got from my brother just for shits and giggles, and I did a video on that and I crashed it in the first few seconds. But this thing, look, if anybody's thinking about getting a drone, look, one of these is just so simple to operate. It's fantastic.
You said that's the Mavic Mini, right?
That's the Mavic Mini, yeah. And I got the Mini because both of my bikes don't have panniers or backpacks or anything, or racks or anything like that. I do have the sissy bar and the racks for the M109, but it's too much of a pain in the ass to put it all on just for me.
Sure.
So I wanted a drone that I could basically just shove in my pocket. And the Mavic Mini is certainly that. I have tested it out in some reasonable wind, and it's pretty good too. Better than what I was anticipating. But given my flying skills of absolutely nothing, I'm not going to risk it.
So, is that water cooled or air cooled?
They're water cooled.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your drone's water cooled. That's pretty cool, that man.
Yeah, well,
what's going on, Road Rash? What's going on, Motor Sarge? Thanks
especially in the rain.
Yeah, especially in the rain. Motor Sarge, Road Rash, what's happening, boys?
Yeah, I've just had the M109 fully serviced, and that's now basically ready for the warmer months. And because I've been putting around on the Ninja, because that's a lot better for the cooler months, but that's sort of coming up to well overdue for a service, so I'll do that one. I might sneak another video or two out whilst the weather's still crap on that. But most of the rest of the year, I think we'll probably be on the M109 this year.
Nice. If you keep seeing me looking over this way, it's because I have it free-framed on your video, and I keep looking. There's just something about the lines on that bike that just keeps pulling my eyes back in. So
beautiful
looking
bike.
Yeah.
Beautiful bike.
Yeah.
Mr. Road Rash, how we doing,
Mr. Road Rash?
How's it going, man? Doing good.
Hey, how's it going?
Just waking up, man.
Oh my God.
Coffee.
Is it the morning there?
No. I'm on graveyard shift, so I'm like 12
right.
hours out of everybody else right now.
Wow.
Let's go anonymous.
Damn.
Yeah, I hate it.
I feel you, man.
It looks like you went on a pretty good adventure here recently. How was that?
Mine? Oh, that was fun. That was so much fun. I can't wait to do that again. But unfortunately, being on graveyard shift, my weekends are all screwed up, so I can't even get out and go ride. And my insurance runs out tonight at midnight. So, and I'm not going to reinsure the bike, so I'm just going to I can just put permits on it for the rest of the season.
Damn it.
So it cost me like $700 just to insure that bike. So
holy crap!
Man, just drive the fucking thing without the insurance. Fuck it.
Yeah. Until I get pulled over and the cops take my bike away and slap me with a $500 fine.
Yeah, fuck the cops. Just fucking race off. Fuck them.
Oh yeah, easy.
That's proper rock. That's proper fucking rock and roll. That is.
Yeah.
Until you get to jail. Until you get to jail and get your asshole pounded.
Yeah.
That's not rock and roll, man.
Oh my God.
No,
I actually really enjoyed Road Rash's last couple of videos. They were very good.
Yeah, I was watching them. They were really very good, man. It really made me want to go out and fucking ride, But like I was saying in the last video, it's been raining cats and dogs here. It's almost biblical. Remember, Roland, it's the frogs that we're gonna be watching out for, otherwise we fucked. Right?
That's it.
Yeah, I guess you guys get a lot of frogs there.
Yeah.
When it happens, my God.
There's loads of frogs in France, man. Stay the fuck away from there.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones. My favorite one that I did was here I am in Comox. This is when I'm riding towards Earl's Cove. This is when I was at CFP Comox, the beginning of this video. But the next video after this one is the Sunshine Coast Highway, and that is like 34 minutes of just pretty much twisties before it got back into the straight stretches when I ended the video. But it was just like corner after corner after corner. I was, even at the end of it, like I was sweating inside my jacket and stuff. I was like, wow, that was a bit of a workout, because it was just so much fun to do that video or just do that ride. And I can't wait to go back and do that ride again, because it was just, like I said, it was just corner after corner after corner.
You said that was your part 5 on that one?
There we go.
You could
there we go.
Would have been this one here.
Right, boys, listen, I'm gonna bail. I'm gonna go and get myself another beer, and then obviously she's gonna be back in a bit, so I can't be asked with that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
take care, mate.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Take care, buddy.
I'll be back at it as of tomorrow, so watch out for the video, and I'll see you guys later. All right, take it easy.
All right, will do.
Have an amazing weekend. See you later.
So yeah, coming on a ferry, like this bike in front of me right here, that's a Honda Valkyrie. It's basically the Goldwing engine in the bike. So it's got 6 cylinders. So there's 6 exhaust tips coming out of the end of that guy's bike.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I was just like, wow, you got dual exhaust? This guy's got 6 exhausts. And see these guys on the bicycles? Those guys did that whole loop in one day. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to them on the last ferry going back to Vancouver, and they told me that they did the entire loop in one day that I did in 2 days. Yeah, those guys, I said to the guys, I was like, dude, you guys are marathon, man. It was a long, epic journey that, like I said, I spanned it over 2 days. But yeah, just coming off the ferry here, this is Earl's Cove.
Right.
There's still one more ferry that I got to catch after this one, but as soon as you basically come off this boat, it's just you hit the twisties. It's just instant twisties, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Look at that.
Like I said, I can't wait. This is a very popular highway that a lot of guys ride over here, and I can see why. I've been told that people come from all over Canada just to ride this one stretch of road.
I wonder if that's kind of like the American Pig Trail and Tail of the Dragon, where
this is kind of would be our version of the Tail of the Dragon. It's I don't know how long the Tail of the Dragon is. There's the guys there on the bikes. Well, you don't really see them right there, but yeah, they make it all the way to the ferry too. And but yeah, it's I guess it would be our version of the Tail of the Dragon, because it's just it follows the coastline essentially. Like this part here, not so much, a little inland, but it's still just corner after corner after corner. There's a few straight stretches and whatnot, but it was just beautiful scenery. And I don't talk a lot. I just throw a lot of music down, and I do talk every now and then, but I'm just so focused on the corners, and and the guys ahead of me, they're pulling away. And I was like, I'm not even going to try and keep up with you guys, right? But this would be like the length of your straight stretches, and then it's just lots of corners.
Why rush it? Just sit back and enjoy the beauty, man.
That's just it, right? But I was still trying to make a ferry too, right? Because there's the last ferry to go back to Vancouver, and I didn't know I kind of had an idea what time it left, but I just didn't know how long it was going to be, this ride, because I've never done it before. So I was, I wanted to keep up, make sure that I was on time for the boat, because I didn't want to miss it, because then I'd have to find a hotel to spend the night in, or bed and breakfast, or sleep on the side.
What are you doing, miss?
Right.
But, what are you doing, miss? Listen, guys, I've got a cruise. I've also got a pussy in my way here.
I saw that. That's not your client for sure. It's a different pussy.
It is. It is. All right. Look, thanks heaps, and I'll catch you all a little later on.
All right, man. Thanks for popping in.
No worries. Catch you. See ya.
Yep. So Road Rash, what we kind of talking about it is, I'm looking at your channel. You have about 138 videos. I think your last video said you've been doing this for about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, August 4th.
So how do you find the time, or what do you do to manage your time to still stay motivated in doing this?
I just enjoy doing it. It's just straight up enjoy doing it, because I'm a creative person, so it's just another outlet. Being a musician, playing in bands and writing my own music and this and that, that's just a creative side of me. And then with this whole COVID thing going on, prior to COVID, it was just another way for me to express myself and be creative. And then once COVID happened, and basically just live music was just no more. So it was just like, okay, well, now I can focus on this and not worry about the band or anything right now, because it's just a way for me to be creative, and I enjoy it, right? So I don't see myself stopping anytime soon,
Sweet. Yeah, you and Fletch has become a virtual band.
Yeah. We tried that. We've already tried that, Prairie Boy and Truckman, and a few of us, we tried to do one of those online jams using StreamYard. It kind of worked, but nothing really synced up on each other's end when you try to get 3 or 4 people to jam at the same time, right? The internet doesn't allow it.
I know, that sucks, man.
Yeah, once the internet gets like lightning fast speed where there's no lag, then we could get away with it.
I think we probably have to end up using something like OBS or something, because StreamYard as it is probably is bad. Because I think what happens was that if with OBS you all dial into OBS and then you stream it out to YouTube, then you don't have to worry about it.
There's always going to be internet lag, though. That's just the problem. Everybody has to have a really fast connection, right? You have to have like that super, super, super fast connection. And even then you're still going to get some sort of millisecond lags here and there. And it won't add up.
Right. And music's one thing you cannot have a millisecond lag on even.
No, that's just it. It's got to be exact, It's like going to watch a band and one guy has had a few too many beers or whatnot, and he can't keep up with everybody else, and you can hear it, clear as day,
Well, guys, I was bored at work today, and I was actually watching just some random YouTube videos, and there's a video from 4 years ago with a Michael J. Fox coming on stage with Coldplay from 4 years ago. Wow. So after he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, he can still freaking wail on the guitar playing Johnny Be Good. I don't know how it's possible, but man, it's just like the second he starts playing, the rest of them still, you could tell, but his hands just knows the muscle memory for everything, and he freaking rocked it out. Granted, it was 4 years ago, but it's inspiring to see something like that.
He's from where I live here. He's an area called Burnaby, which is just kind of not too far from me, like 10, 15 minutes away. Wow. And one of the high schools that they went to, they built a theater there for basically drama and the arts and stuff like that. And years and years ago, even back just shortly after he did Family Ties, they named the theater after him, the Michael J. Fox Theater. Wow. And he's, he donates a lot of his time there and stuff because he's here in Vancouver, back in Vancouver, living here and in California, but I'm not too sure how much he goes back and forth. But yeah, he even though he's got Parkinson and shakes a lot, he tries to do as much as he can for the community to help people when it comes to acting and the arts and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, he's a dude.
He always seemed like a stand-up guy. So
yeah, he always has been.
But yeah, I was talking to my coworker though because I showed it to him, and then there's a Bon Jovi video that we watched, and Bon Jovi's like pushing 60, silver-haired and everything. It's like, man, and I don't know how old like you are, Road Rash, but it's like these are the guys I grew up watching. Like I grew up watching Michael J. Fox movies. I listened to Bon Jovi as I was growing up.
Yeah, same here.
And now they're starting to get to this older age, and I'm not going to say anything about Fletch's age or my dad's age, but those two people that I named though, the Michael J. Fox and and Bon Jovi, they've had rough lives. I mean, Parkinson's for one, and then the world of being a traveling musician, can't be easy on the body and the soul.
No, and depending on how hard you party back in the 80s while on the road, I'm sure it's taken a while.
Yeah, fair.
Right.
Yeah. Unless you're a zombie like the Rolling Stones,
Yeah, right.
Then it fucking doesn't matter.
Yeah, think of Keith Richards, like what that guy's been through and still doing it to this day. Right?
I mean, he was an acid head,
Yeah, they were going to get ready to go on tour, and then all of a sudden COVID happened, and they had to cancel that tour. They were going to play here in Vancouver, actually.
I know. There's a tour. They were supposed to play here as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be playing everywhere in the world, and it really sucks that we can't get to see it.
Yeah, it's just, it's going to be, I'm going to say almost, I was going to say 2 years, but I think it's going to be longer than that now. I think it's going to be probably about 3-4 years before we can be able to go back to concerts again and see bands actually play in person. I think what's going to be the new norm for the next little while is going to be virtual concerts. You're just going to have to watch it live on stream, essentially. Or they're going to have car concerts. That's what they've been kind of doing here, where the band sets up on stage and they have this massive parking lot and everybody pulls in their car and stays in their car, like the old drive-in theater days kind of, right? That's kind of what they're doing right now over here. But yeah, it's just, I think it's going to be 4 years before we're going to be able to get to go to a major venue and see an actual band play again. It's going to be a long time coming.
Yeah, man. I think there's a good thing you brought up that thing about the drive-ins. That's starting to be a thing now. They've just managed to put up one here of a drive-in cinema. So that's starting to be a new thing, because when I was a kid, we only had drive-ins most of the time anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Right? You can order. We don't have to order food. People come to you. You get food and stuff.
Yeah,
it's awesome, man.
The drive-in experience. Growing up as a kid, we had a couple drive-ins that we used to go to. And the nice thing about drive-ins, for where I live, they used to play like 2-3 movies a night. So you go in there at dusk, so later in the year when the days were shorter and the nights were longer, you could start watching a movie at 6 o'clock. In the summertime, you got to wait till 10 o'clock. So you can only see 1 or 2 movies. But in the fall and whatnot, once it's, it would show 3 movies. You'd pay to go see 3 movies. Is this real-time live in Sturgis right now?
This is real-time Sturgis. So.
Wow.
I mean, you were talking about 3 to 4 years before getting back to normal, and I'm just looking and I'm not going to get into the face mask debate whether it should be done or not. But
it's just we're going to have to see what the aftermath of this is, right? And that's really going to tell us what's going on. You know? But I'm not going to get in that whole face mask debate either. It's either you do or you don't, right? It's one or the other. I know in the States and the Walmarts have been mandatory face mask, and up here in Canada, they're just starting to push that now.
My entire county here in Kansas City is face mask. I mean, if you're outside walking your dog, you don't need one, whatnot. But the
yeah,
county,
it's when you can't social
mandates,
distance,
yeah,
right?
Yep. But yeah, speaking about the drive-in thing, though, my local Walmart actually, because our movie theaters have been shut down, they're bringing in like this big old giant big rig type thing.
Yeah,
and they're actually going to do a parking in their parking lot and show like 2 or 3 movies some night coming up here in the next couple weeks. And they're just going to have big giant speakers blasting the audio and everything. So,
yeah.
you know, it's kind of cool to kind of see how, oh, there's a doggy. He's got a boxer in his sidecar.
Oh my God.
But no, it's kind of cool to see how things change and adapt a little bit during this time, because we still want to have fun. We still want to go to places like Sturgis, but you know, sometimes you have to adjust our living style a little bit.
Yeah, you know, see, the funny thing is we used to have a lot of drive-in theaters around here, and they got shut down except for one. One decided to not shut their doors and continue the tradition of old drive-in theaters. And right now they're loving it because it's the only theater you can really go to watch any movies. You know,
Exactly
there
right.
are a few other ones, but yeah, there's not many right now. So, and when
Jesus.
you do go to a theater, it's all limited seating now, right? They don't pack them full like they used to.
No. Yeah. Jesus, it's a lot of people still, huh?
Right.
Wow.
And this
There's
is
a lady there. There's a lady there with the ass hanging out. Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny, because I was watching this at work earlier. You might think I don't do much at work, but I was watching it earlier. And I'm like, well, one, I better shut this off since I'm on their VPN right now. And then 2, I'm thinking it's like there's got to be someone operating this camera. Is he just hunting for the females the whole time? Or
He is.
What's this guy doing?
It's probably a hotel room or something.
It's like watching all the games, right? And then the cameraman just zooms in on this beautiful chick.
That guy got like a V8 trike that just rolling by there.
Yeah, that does look like a Boss trike.
Oh, no, I would rock that.
Oh, the gas.
I'll soon be rocking that, I think.
Yeah, but the little gas mileage you'd get on that would be crazy.
8 miles per gallon.
Yeah, right. You'd have to have a detailed map of where every gas station is between point A and point B.
Oh, who brings the car to Sturgis?
Oh, come on. And you stop right in the middle of nowhere.
Kind of looks like a Kansas license plate. That figures.
Probably a yokel.
Oh, goodness, man.
Yeah. Well, it's good that they're doing this anyway. I think it's the livelihood of the town. They only get to do real good business at this time. So
this is their money maker. This is the city makes their money at this time of year, right? And this is what they look forward to every year. If you ever watch that show, the guy that was in that band with the chainsaw, Jackal, and he's got that saloon there, and that's all he looks forward to is Sturgis every year, because that's where he makes his money every year is at Sturgis. You know, and then the place sits empty for the rest of the year. It's just like campgrounds, you know, they look forward to summertime and everybody comes camping and they can make their money over the summer months. And then once winter comes, you have to survive with what you got, with what you made over the winter months or the summer months, right? Over the winter months.
Have you ever made the Sturgis Road Rash? Not necessarily during the rally, but just
no, I've never been that far. Last time I was ever in the States for a long period of time, I was 17 years old with my parents, and we went down to Colorado Springs. We were close, but not close enough, right? So, because we went down, we left here, we went through Washington State over to Idaho, Montana, and then worked our way down to Colorado, and then we came back through Utah, Northern California, Oregon, and back to Washington State again.
Nice.
But I like to make my way down there one day. You know, it's definitely a bucket list thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's on my U.S. bucket list for sure.
It's the way I see it. It's going to be a 10-year in Denver, let's say. Nope. I have to wait till my kid's old enough, and I got to wait till I'm rich enough.
I was just talking with my wife about it today, and it's like, so she's like, well, when Doug graduates high school, it's like, well, wait. You see that thing in your arms right there? That added 3 years before we can start doing things now. So it's now another 18 years. But no, she's like, well, maybe she'll be smart and where she can go stay with your grandparents. So like, she'll have to take care of my grandparents at that. So, not saying you're old. What's up, Bob? If you're on here still, but you will be about 80 at that point in time. So,
we all age. It's an unfortunate part of life.
Yeah,
exactly.
But and I'm sure quite a bit of our viewing audience is either at Sturgis or elsewhere tonight. So, yeah, it's just it feels good to be back, guys. It really does.
Yeah, you're you guys fired this up at the same time. Our power is going right now too. So,
yeah.
Which is the other thing, the reason why we decided to do it today is because number one, Daddy Fat has to take care of 2 kids and has to work the next day. It was Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm working. It's daytime for me, so I'm like one eye on the email and calls, and the other eye on this thing, and I can't really concentrate. That's why half the time I'm doing it. So like Saturday for me today, so I don't give a flying fuck about anything. I'm not gonna answer any fucking phone calls or whatever.
I don't blame you. That's why I said to you guys before to do it on a Saturday or a Friday for your Saturday, opposed to on a Thursday, because when you were doing it on the Thursday, it was harder for me because I'd always be over hanging out with the Tipsy Trippin' Rednecks from Canada here, and they would have a live stream all the time.
Yeah, I feel like Friday will work good long term, maybe, because like I already have a lot less reservations about trying to stay up late. I can pump myself full of caffeine and not have to worry, too much. I mean, maybe there's a crying baby, but if I'm hopped up on caffeine, I'm ready to go feed. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm just getting hopped up on caffeine. I've only been up for an hour and a half.
Same here.
I just hate graveyard shifts because it just ruins your weekend. You can't do nothing. Like if I have to go back to work Sunday night, so this is kind of like my Saturday in a sense, and then tomorrow would be my Sunday, I guess you would say, right? Yeah. Doesn't feel like I had a Friday because when I got home from work an hour later, I was in bed.
Yeah, so I know what you mean. You do that graveyard every week, man, or is it?
Yeah, no, it's work because it's a union job, and when you hit a certain amount of hours, you have to go. It's mandatory graveyard. I did voluntary graveyard when I first started there, just so I could get my hours up, because I was always told, "Oh yeah, stay on graveyard, you'll get your hours up to get in the union." So I ended up doing that when I should have just stayed on days or whatnot if I could have, but whatever. I know everybody on graveyard. I'll get through this, and when it's time to when I get my shift change, I'll be like, yeah, I can go back to days. So. But you have to kind of like wait it out until they bring up what they call a shift change. And when that comes out, you put your name on it, and then you just hope for the best that you get the shift change. If you don't, then you got to wait it out till the next one comes up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was in the hotels as well, and I had to do the graveyard shift, I think once a month, but that's a week, right? Because you have to do 4 days. You have to do 4 or 5 days before you get the 2 days off.
Yeah.
And everything was upside down, and I didn't get to see the wife. I didn't get to see anybody for that entire week because I was fucking sleeping like a vampire.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. You it's exactly what is vampire life or zombie life or whatever you want to call it. It's essentially you're up all night. You start seeing that sun come up in the morning, and they let you go home, and then you get really tired. And you're like, screw it, I'm going to bed. There's nothing. Exactly. What else am I going to do? Watch soaps all day? No, I'm just going to go to bed and sleep. Right.
Yeah, I remember back when I worked at Walgreens, one of the stores I was at was 24-hour, and if they didn't have 2 overnight shift managers on staff at the time, or someone took a vacation, always came to me. Everyone gets like a month and a half of vacation or something like that. So I was on overnights, my fair share, probably one week a month or something like that. But at least I got to go back to the days, but there's always that transition to come back to normalcy. Very difficult.
I find it harder definitely to come when you got to switch back to days and going to graveyards. It was easier for me to do the graveyard shift from a day shift because naturally I'm a person that wants to stay up all night, right?
Yeah.
But there's those times where like, I'd rather be in bed this night instead of being up all night. Right? I'm just kind of overtired and I just want to sleep.
Exactly.
Need one of those night shift jobs where I could just sleep all night.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I just keep an eye on these nuclear monitors over here, and there's nothing really important about that. And
yeah.
I mean, Homer Simpson can do it. I'm sure I could. So
back yesterday, it was funny because what was it, 5? Because we get off at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was 5:15 in the morning yesterday, or actually would have been today. I go up to the window to get my what we call a CPRE, which is your order to go pick the alcohol for the store. I walk up to the window, the guy that hands out the orders, he's asleep in his chair. And he's a supervisor. He's got a blue vest on, so he's a supervisor, and he's sleeping in the chair. His eyes are closed. I'm standing looking at him. I was like, tap on the window. I'm like, hey, wakey, wakey. And he wakes up. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ. He just kind of laughed at me, hands me an order, and off I go. But yeah, it's just, I wouldn't want that job on a graveyard shift, sitting in the chair in front of the computer, handing out the orders, because if you're tired, you're gonna fall asleep no matter what.
Yep. Tell me about it.
Yeah, there were a few nights at Walgreens, not a 24-hour store, where we had to like stay late for like a floor buffing to be done.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't be on the floor. You can't literally do anything except for sitting on the carpet. So many nights I slept till 2 a.m. on the carpet and woke up with a bad back.
That's the other thing I hate about it is I need to be busy while I'm working. I don't like to sit around because it makes the day feel longer, right? Even though the minutes are the same amount of minutes, but if I'm busy and constantly doing something, working, the day goes by so much faster than if I'm just sitting around doing nothing. You're just watching the clock at that time, right?
Right.
Yeah, like today, I was looking at the clock. I was like, has it really only been 2 hours and 40 minutes? I'm done with YouTube. I don't have anything else to do at this point.
Yeah, right. For me, it's like, has it only really been 30 seconds? Come on, it feels like 5 minutes already.
And then, lo and behold, we get to the last hour of the day, and then everything starts to blow up, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here I am working 15 minutes late. So
there's that, too. At the end of the day, everything goes crazy. I'm like, oh, come on, just get finished. I got to get the heck out of here.
Yep. Nope. When I reel you back in. So.
And depends on what you're doing as well, right? So the end of the day is the end of your shift, but shit starts up, right? Then suddenly at right about 5 minutes before you knock off, all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
That's the worst, man.
It's the way it always seems to happen. So.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up? Bob has been playing with that 360 camera quite a bit, Fletch. He's I think he's doing the 4K one right now, but he likes to do these time-lapse videos. So he's trying it out. He's getting there for sure.
I want to get one of those 360s and a drone and this. And that.
Yeah, it never ends, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, I'm going to go back to Roland's thing. I thought for a guy who's a new drone user, I thought Roland did an extremely good job on that little 2-minute trailer that he put together.
Oh, those Mavic Minis, I'm told, fly real easy, like really easy.
Really, but I'm also told in a windy section, like or part of the country, like I am, they'll also get battered all around. So I guess I have to plan my days of shooting with one, I guess. So.
Well, the thing with the drone is that, or at least with the Mavic Mini, if it's anything above 30 miles an hour, then you don't really take it up too high.
Yeah.
But most of the time you don't get 30 miles an hour, and you're not going to take it up high anyway. Like what he was doing was pretty low off the ground. It looks like it's high. Actually, it's not. And the good thing about sorry?
Is it because of the wide angle lens on it?
Yeah, it is. It is. So and the other thing about the Mavic Mini, or all the Mavics, in fact, is the fact that it's got all that gear in it. That the moment you take your hands off the joystick, it just stays there. It doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
All the cheap stuff is hard to handle, but this one is like fucking. You just move. It's like playing a video game. So when you get on it, you think like you're playing a video game, and it just goes right. So that's what makes it so interesting.
Well, it's definitely user friendly. Like you say, you take your hands off the joystick, it just stops and floats there because of the GPS that they've got built into it and whatnot.
Exactly.
You try to do that with one of those builder drones. As soon as you take your hands off the controls, it's just going to drop out of the sky, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
I think it was a 508 Dyna. He took his up for the for his initial test flight, and he said he almost lost it in the ocean.
No,
He said he stayed far enough away, but you could tell during that video. He's like,
that's one of the reasons why I'd like to get a drone, because of all the ocean shots I could get around here, right? But I would definitely need something like a Mavic to do that, because I just want it to float when it needs to float if I take my hands off the controls.
Yep.
Rocket Rider uses the drone quite well as well.
Yeah, he's got the Mavic Mini as well.
Yeah. I think and I think my wife is on board for either a 360 or a Mavic Mini as my next purchase. But
I would probably go with the Mavic Mini to get those aerial shots, and you can just do so much. Just like those gimbal shots, those crane shots. You can just do so much with a drone. It's just
and they're perfect for voiceover, just audio playing over. I mean, there's so much you can do with those.
Oh yeah.
Actually, if there's one thing good, but first of all, I think you should consider adding a little bit more on top of your budget and get the Mavic Air. The Mavic Air 2.
Especially the new Mavic Air 2 that they got out, the new controller and stuff. Yeah, that does look good. But here in Canada and down in the States, you have to register it, and then you also have to get your license and everything for it. Yeah, your drone license.
The Mini is just like a gram or something under the weight.
Yeah, under spec. Yeah.
So it's
cost
effective, but
No, but the other thing you mentioned about voiceovers, as a drone user, I didn't use it. I have used it once, but there's a feature in which you can put on the audio. So if you're talking, your phone picks it up, so you can actually do a narration of it flying if you want to.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can do that. Cool. So that's the DJI thing. That's really awesome.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that I didn't realize. Because I know that most of the people that I've seen using drones, they usually throw the drone up and they'll cut out the audio from the drone because of the sound of the props, and just kind of record themselves in real time with a mini recorder or whatnot as they're flying it.
And I just want to take a quick hello to Boots and Jeans Riders. I hope you guys are out there enjoying your beautiful Pacific Coast Highway that I will someday ride.
Oh, I would love to ride that too.
That's another bucket list.
I think when the borders finally open up and we can get, we can travel back across between the two countries, that's definitely one of the highways I would love to go ride, is the Pacific Coast Highway from Washington State all the way down to San Francisco.
Yeah, they had a video a few weeks ago. I'm not sure where they were. I don't think it was PCH, but it was another one of their road trips, and there was no guardrail on this one. It's just sheer drop off. So like, I might not be ready for that, but I think I can handle the Pacific Coast one though. It looks nice.
I've been watching Boots and Jeans Riders and so jealous of the scenery they get and the places they go to. Wow, it's like really awesome. All the trips they've been on. And is the Big Sur anywhere near where they are?
Let's Google it.
So, I mean, Boots and Jeans Riders, if you can just let us know, is the Big Sur near where you are? Then you got the Pacific Coast Highway and all the highways, and then you got the Big Sur. Oh my God, you got riding country, man. That's awesome.
It's traversed by a narrow 2-lane State Route 1, so I think it's part of it. Yeah, that's gorgeous looking.
That's beautiful. That's beach highway all the way, man.
Yeah,
I was watching something.
I know my dad at one point. They drove theirs out there. Big Sur is 160 from them. But yeah, guys, we should all just crash at their house, just randomly show up one day. So you said, look,
20 Suddenly you get 20 bikes roll up to their front lawn and going, okay, what the fuck's going on here? Do we just put out an invitation for mini Sturgis or something?
There you go.
Well, that'd be fun, man. I mean,
they're saying it's about 160 miles from them, I'm guessing.
Yeah, which is nothing, right? 160 is just an hour ride.
Yeah, if that.
Right.
I mean, talk about, things just opening up again. Like Wednesday, it was nice because I met up with my friend who owns that Breakout. Met up with him on Wednesday night, just met him at the Harley dealership. We rode for 40 minutes back to my house. had a beer, and he went about his way. Then I went back to my family. It's like, it's just even those little things, like the 40-minute rides with other people. Like I like my 40-minute rides by myself, but my wife's been pregnant, haven't been able to ride with her, and then it's just been one thing after another. You can't get out the way you want to anymore. So, but no, that was one of those things, and my wife was like, "Go ride." I'm like, so I was shuffling around. I was like, I'm not letting her change her mind. I'm getting out right now. So
yeah.
It was the perfect storm. One kid was asleep, the other was behaving. She's like, "Go." I'm like, I'm gone.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And like, there's a guy on our side chat called Viva Banana. His name is Glenn. He's actually with the Dyna SG group here in Singapore. And I know he's been asking me to go out, but most of the time it's like late at night and I have to work the next day. So I've been putting off. So sorry, mate. I definitely want to go out, but it's got to be in the daytime, unfortunately, and the weekends. So I feel really bad about that. Look at that. Look at that. I was watching this one of the YouTube channels that I subscribe to, that this guy did the entire mixer around. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Them views, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing. Oh my God, I don't want to accept all the cookies. Oh well.
I know my computer does that too.
God,
our website uses cookies, except now.
Hide you. Can I just close out of it? It won't even let me accept the cookies. There we go. Sorry.
A magical road trip.
God, look at that. I'd probably freak out on the bridge. I'll be honest with you.
Oh yeah, no. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's drone country, man.
I feel like that's one of those ones that you'd have to be very careful flying your drone for legality purposes.
Yeah, baby, PCH. Yeah, boots and jeans riders. That's also on my bucket list. Besides Sturgis, before I fucking kick the big bucket, I'm definitely gonna do this after this bullshit is over.
Oh, Walton PA's headed out. See you, man. Thanks for joining in this time. Appreciate it.
Road rash. He's dropped out.
I think I accidentally got road rash. My bad, man.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to unshare the screen. I clicked the wrong button. It's been a while.
Yeah, my next ride I definitely want to do, and I don't think I'm going to get it in this year. I'm kind of hoping I can. We'll see if I can get the weekend that I want, but I want to go up into the mountains here and go up to what we call Hell's Gate. And it's where the Fraser River goes through a really narrow part of the canyon. Mm-hmm. And it just there's these massive rapids, right? And it was called Hell's Gate way back when it was first discovered, when they were first discovering Canada, and by this, they were called the Voyageurs, and they were basically mapping Canada from one side to the other before we actually became a full country. And they're essentially looking for the Northwest Passage for boats to get from one side of the country to the other side, because they didn't realize how large the country was at the time when they were first mapping it. So they were finding all these rivers, but when they got to the Fraser River, they got to this area that they just could not. Yeah, see, there you go. And they were not able to transverse it by canoe or whatnot. It had to be, you can only get through there by foot. And it's called Hell's Gate. But you can see the sides of the rapids going through there. It's just crazy. But yeah, I want to get up there because they got a little bridge that you can walk across. They got an aerial tram that you can take across there. It'd be really cool to get some drone shots and stuff of that too. Go through there, and I'm sure I probably can't fly a drone there, but I would try as hard as hell to do it. Right? Yeah, it's definitely a really beautiful area. And just the ride up there, I'm told that the ride up there is amazing as well. So definitely like to do that and get it all on video. And
how far away is it from you?
That's probably, I'm going to say maybe a 2.5 hour ride.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's the hardest part is just getting out of the city. Once I get up to where Hope is and stuff like that, then the rest of it's easy riding, right? It's not busy traffic because there's so many ways that traffic can go from that point. And that's what's called the number one highway, which is the old highway to get through the mountain passes. But ever since then, we've built another highway that's actually quicker and faster than that older highway that was originally made. So a lot of traffic takes the newer highway opposed to the older highway, right?
Kind of like the old Route 56.
Yeah.
Build the big old interstate, but then Route 66 gets less traveled. There's another benefit. His route is to go and see how far I can get down on Route 66 before it just, because I think there's some sections that are untravelable now, but I think most of it you can still get across most of the nation anyway. But
yeah, what's his name did it? What the hell's his name now? He hasn't done a video in so long. I can't even think of his name off the top of my head. The great Egret, he did that Route 66. On his videos, but that guy hasn't dropped any videos in a really long time. He used to put out a video almost damn near every week, 2 a week, but yeah, he just kind of all of a sudden just dropped off the earth and stopped doing videos. I don't know what the hell happened.
Like, I feel like before I get to that point where I just stop posting videos, I will probably at least say goodbye before I go.
Yeah,
because there are a few people who would probably worry about me to an extent if I was just to disappear. Maybe they want it. Maybe I'm thinking too highly of myself. But
I'll call you up, man. You fucking disappear.
It's weird because some people, I guess, they just get really burnt out or they don't get the growth they expect. I don't know. It's I always look at it's a lot of hard work. You just you're not going to get that growth that you expect. It's not like it used to be back 4 or 5 years ago before Apocalypse happened, right? For everybody, there wasn't a whole lot of moto vloggers, and people were looking for something to watch on YouTube. But now that things have changed, it's definitely a lot of hard work to kind of get to that point. You got to put in the time, and if you're willing to do it and continue to do it, then by all means, but some people just get burnt out and just like, no, I'm done, and then they just drop and just disappear. They don't even make a video like, oh, I got to go and see it. How's it going, Rocket?
Rocket Rider 510 on the stream again.
Yeah, so here's a guy. He's a long timer, right? He's been doing it since way back before when everything was all cool, and then he kind of disappeared, but now he's come back as well, right? It's you got to put in the time and the effort to do YouTube, and
even some of the popular guys, I've noticed they're starting to slack, not necessarily slack a little bit, but even you could tell have just kind of lost.
They're getting burnt out, yeah. Right.
Case in point, I'm not sure if any of you guys follow Walterific. I follow him because he's from my area, but I
used to watch him until he's flaunting his money, and then I kind of gave up.
Yeah, and it's made it harder to watch for sure. But so I watched today's video, and it's one of those things where he's like, "Man, it's just me now." It's just like you could tell there was like a good bit of depression, and just like I don't have that motivation like I used to. And,
Oh, hey, Paul!
Jesus, bloody Christ Almighty! Fuck me, that shit!
No,
you're fucking stuck at home, right, mate?
Oh my God! Stuck at home. Fucking hell! 6 weeks of this shit.
How long more to go?
6 weeks. I'm just running the first friggin' week here.
Oh, you're fucking me. No, I thought you guys were locked down like weeks before.
We have been since March. Now they've done it even worse now. Now I can't even go any further than 5K from my front door. We're allowed out for 1 hour a day.
Oh my goodness.
Shit. That is it.
Well, because I saw on Bogan's channel, like he's like, I won't be able to do vlogs for a little bit, guys. They're locking
he lives probably 10K from me, right? So, and he's in the exact same situation. Like we cannot go anywhere.
Wow, that's
crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's I think there's if you get so I can actually go to work. I'm one of the lucky ones. Like all retail's closed. The only things that are open now are like pharmacies, supermarkets. Yeah, that's it. Everything else is closed. We can actually work, but we can only do 3 jobs a week. We can't go any further.
Can you at least go buy beer?
No. Yes, you can go buy beer so long.
Essential here.
So long as the bottle shop is within 5 k's of your residence.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
Right, so it's shocking.
Man,
Shocking.
I guess I've been fortunate. Like, you know, I still have been getting out to go get the kid from daycare. I still go to the gas station, get some snacks. I mean, I would go nuts just locked in my house for about 6 weeks. So
Yeah, well, the kids aren't even going to school anymore. That's it. It's finished.
do you have kids in your house?
I've got one.
Okay.
The other two have moved out, but he's old enough to work too. He works for me. So
I know how these people do it with who have like grade school kids in their house, and they have to do remote learning while they're trying to work from home and everything else. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm quitting my job and I'm homeschooling y'all.
Yeah, that would definitely be pretty hard to deal with.
You guys, it's funny that you guys mentioned that. We just had a press briefing just recently, and people are begging to go back to work. You know, they're actually saying to the government, "Hey guys, can you relax this shit and fuck this work from home shit? And can we go back to work?" They just want to escape from their kids, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is this too. Like, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to slow the disease down and all that sort of stuff. But man, there's going to be a lot of people that are broke after this. Like, you think, like, a lot of our cafes and stuff, they've been closed since March, April. So, you know, cafes, restaurants, all those sort of things haven't been able to work, and they're broke. Like, there's just, I just feel sorry for them. You know, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the young guys. Like, you know, my son's 9 or nearly 19, and you know, this is the best years of their life. They can't go out. They can't go anywhere. They can't see their mates.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you know, you get busted at $1,600, $1,600 fine. You get busted a second time, it's $5,000.
Oh, jeez.
You get busted working when you're not supposed to be working, it's $20,000, and the company's $100,000.
Wow.
Is this pesos or is this dollars?
Nah, that's dollars, mate.
That's Australian dollars, and that's a whole lot of money.
Yeah,
Exactly
it's crazy. So needless to say, trying to do videos on a motorcycle is tough at the moment.
You can only do so many garage videos before you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do one today. I'm going to build a like somewhere to store the helmets.
Oh, right.
Because you know you've always got helmets lying everywhere, either shelves or something. And I thought I'm going to build something that's you know, like looks a bit better than just a shelf to put them on. So that'll give me something to do. That'll be a video I can put out. But yeah, other than that, it's very, very tough. Very, very tough.
Speaking of like helmet holders, though, just today, this guy locally in Kansas City, he's using a 3D printer now to make a helmet hook. I mean, it's not pretty. I mean, it's just a very simple little hook, but he's only charging $15 for the hook, and you just drill into the stud in your wall, and you're done. Like, I'm gonna have to get some of those and get them off my shelf, I think. But
yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Hang on, tick.
All right, we got him going.
At least he's got something to do as well.
He's spying on the neighbors behind him there.
I know. Oh, it's like your dad who is going to watch the satellite.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to ask him what the satellites were, what the telescopes were. All right, man, you got to be real with us first. What's the telescope? Is the telescope for neighbors or for looking at stars?
That's for looking at stars.
Okay.
Either that or looking at the sun shining out of my ass. That's the hook, right?
Okay.
It's got this rounded wooden thing that I've turned.
Nice.
It just sits on there, like that. Okay, and then your helmet will sit on that. So that just screws in the wall.
Where'd you get that hook from? Is it just like from a hardware store, or did you?
Just a hardware store.
That's
a good idea.
Freaking easy, awesome, dude.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. Just get a nice piece of timber, mount that on, put these on. I'll paint this up, probably stain it, you know, a nice wood color, and mount it in the garage. And I'll probably put 6 across, and that way. And I've also got like an old key ring holder, which I'm going to screw to it as well. So I'll put all my motorbike keys on there and whatever, and get everything out of the way.
What's nice about that one is the bottom loop part of it goes so far you could even hang a jacket on there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can put your helmet up high and put the jacket underneath. That'd be
exactly. That's don't worry. There's a method to my madness.
Yes.
because Eli keeps saying we have to put the jackets somewhere besides our cupboard. They're too big. So
Rocket
be the next
Rider 510. Hey,
Rocket.
Hey, mate.
Guys? What's up? Harley Road Show, Road Rash, Fletch, Chopper Fat. Glad to see you guys back.
How are you, mate? Good?
Appreciate it being back.
exactly.
All right, I gotta ask because I'm too lazy to Google it. What's FPV channel?
Oh, first person view is drone. It's kind of a drone, or use those racing quads and wear the goggles over your head so you get that first person view. A lot more immersive than the regular drone, than our camera drones that we use. But it's acrobatic flying is what you also end up doing. You're doing all these flips and fucking trying to shoot gaps and go between shit, and it's pretty crazy. I got hooked on that shit and was.
I've seen drone racing on ESPN. Actually, it's an actual sport. So
yeah,
it is. Those guys are crazy good, man.
Yeah, it's those type of quads, but I know I have nowhere near that kind of skill. But yeah, that's kind of the essence. But some crazy people do that shit around in real life, but it's more about the acrobatic and some of the stuff that they do.
Cool. Speaking of weird shit on ESPN, who the fuck broadcasts a sport where you throw a fucking beanbag into a hole?
All right.
Oh, cornhole. We call that.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is
I
that?
don't know.
Who watches that shit?
I don't know. Well, my other question is, how is poker a sport? Why is that on ESPN? I've been wondering that forever.
Now, you know what I reckon? I reckon they should bring strip poker on. Now, that I'd watch.
That'd be different. Yeah.
Let me put that on HBO for you.
Right.
I think that's the reason why I stopped watching ESPN and stuff like that, because they have pool's not so bad, but it gets boring after a while. You get fucking darts, right? And then now you got poker. Yeah, I was watching ESPN for the dirt bike stuff and the other races and everything else, and then suddenly in between that you get this guy in a bow tie shooting darts. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
You got a triple 30.
The thing that I can't get my head around is that whole, what's that thing called? What's it called?
Cornhole. Yeah.
Cornhole.
In the States,
these guys are making money off this shit. What the fuck?
Right.
I mean, to be fair, I just bought my kid a whole cornhole set for his birthday because he's obsessed with it. We play for 30 minutes every night. I mean, it's I'm not saying he's going to become a professional cornholer,
right?
But he's got potential.
There you go.
Oh my god. And the stuff they do.
That didn't come out right.
The next thing they'll have the professional hopscotch championships on there, you know?
Right. They're getting that desperate. Yeah.
Nothing else to play, right? Because
yeah.
I think this is the offshoot from having this fucking zombie apocalypse. So nobody can go out and play shit. So now they come up with things like throwing stuff through the hoop, playing darts, and fucking double dutch on the fucking skipping rope or something. I don't know.
What about that other one? They got like a mini tramp in the middle of four guys, and they got this ball, and they throw it on the mini tramp.
Oh,
what the fuck is that?
Oh, I have no idea.
You got a new subscriber.
I think you're talking about that sport. That always scared me. I was like, what the hell is that? Right on boots and jeans over there. Appreciate the sub.
I just Googled the strangest sports on ESPN, and there's a couple I definitely agree with. We got the National Spelling Bee as a sport.
Yeah. Cup staking.
And then the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is on ESPN as well.
Hot dog eating contest.
Well, I think if they run out of stuff to do, they're probably doing a wanking fucking competition. I wouldn't mind getting into that.
There we go. Has to be Fletch. Back to the Blue Oyster Bar.
I'm sure if the porn industry had a sport channel, that would be it.
No, they call it making a living. That.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They do it.
Hey, imagine their version of the long jump.
Oh.
Jeez, Paul. I took these images out of my head now.
Oh my god.
Pole vaulting.
Oh yeah. Right, that's part of the job. That's part of the job now.
Naked volleyball.
Well, it's almost there anyway. Have you seen this Brazilian
Golf.
stuff?
They could have pawn golf, get a hole in one every time.
Nice.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Hey, they could play billiards. If you can't sink the pink, go the brown.
You know, I'm starting.
I haven't heard that for a long time.
He's coming up with these right back to
You
back.
crazy.
Oh my god.
You know, he's sitting there in quarantine. He's like, "What sport should we watch naked?" And he's just like starting to write down this whole list of stuff. He's just waiting for a live stream to start talking about sports.
Man, wacky sports, man.
What's the most disturbing thing? All this comes off the top of my head. That's what's more disturbing. So what the fuck is in the back of my brain there somewhere?
I don't think anyone wants to dive that deep.
Nah. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be going in there.
I know.
That's messy as fuck in there, I'm telling you.
Okay. But talking about sports channels, I think they must be fucking trying to think out shit to do as well, right? Now that they don't have many sports that they could show, right? I know the English Premier League's still up, right? Or have they fucked that up as well?
I think it's going okay. No fans. We got baseball and basketball have started up here in the States.
Oh yeah.
Hockey just started up here in Canada.
Oh yeah, they got playoffs going for hockey now. I forgot about that.
Well, not playoffs yet. It's they're doing what's preliminaries right now before they start the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
So what they've done is basically all the teams have come up to Canada. We got 2 host cities, where one's in Edmonton, Alberta, the other one's in Toronto, Ontario. And everybody's been quarantined to their hotels. They're not allowed to leave the hotel. It's all fenced off. People aren't allowed to even come near the hotel. It's all guarded by police and security and blah, blah, blah. The teams get on the bus, go to the arena, play their game, get back on the bus, head back to the hotel, lockdown. And that's it.
That's the only way sports are going to be okay in this is if they bubble them.
Yeah.
Like that. Because look what's happening to Major League Baseball. See you later, Mr. GRD. But baseball, every week there's like someone else has contracted the virus because they're allowed to go home to their families. And stuff like that.
Yeah, look at it was the Marlins, wasn't it? The Florida
18.
Marlins.
18 players.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like, I love sports, but in my sports football, I don't see how it's going to happen though this year. It's it pains me, but I think all of these other failures are going to prevent something from happening, which, you know, maybe it's for the best. Just, no, I don't know.
I don't know. I think you talk about sports. The big thing now for this season, actually, and I know the Harley Roach, Paul knows about this as well, is the rugby sevens, man. It's always happening at about this time. It's fucking gone. That's not going to happen. So we don't get to watch rugby anymore as well. That's
one thing that's going here. We've got AFL going here.
Already?
Which is
Aussie rules?
Aussie rules is going. They're up in again. They've got bubbles. They've got a bubble up in or a hub they call it up in Queensland.
Yeah,
and they've got another one over in Western Australia.
Right.
But the same thing. They're all in they're all in one big hub thing, and they all play at the same ground. Limited crowds. I think last night they had something like 1,500 people there or something. It was in a stadium that holds 60,000. But that's about it. But again, because they keep getting held up, they're trying to squeeze like 20 games in, I don't know, 3 weeks or something, which is almost unheard of in this sport because it's such a brutal sport that they generally have 7 to 8 days off between each game. But these guys are playing now, sometimes 2-3 times a week.
That's you're going to be sore and hurting after that.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of young guys playing. Put it that way, because what they're trying to rotate a lot of their rookies into play just to get the games completed. But at least it's something to watch.
Are they playing on grass or artificial surface?
Nah, grass. I mean,
like
you could not play Aussie rules on artificial surface, man. You wouldn't.
That many games over that stretch of that field's going to get destroyed, I would imagine.
No, like because of the weather up in Queensland and Western Australia, you really don't get the grass recovers really, really quickly. you could dig something up, and 3 days later it's back grown again. You know what I mean? It recovers very, very quickly. Plus the type of grass they use and the surface they use and the way they do the drainage and blah 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 blah. So yeah, they get a bit of traffic on there, but generally it's okay. Nice. The biggest thing's going to be is the grand final, because normally the grand final every year is held in Melbourne at the MCG, which is the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which holds 120,000 people. Well, obviously that's not going to happen this year because Western will be probably in lockdown still. So they're trying to decide whether it's going to be in Queensland or in Western Australia, which will be different.
Yeah, tough, right? Yeah.
It's just a weird day that we live in nowadays, right? So we just all have to adjust to it, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, because I was talking to a couple of guys. I think, in all honesty, like what's going to happen? Like we're in lockdown, okay? So I can't imagine in 6 weeks' time. I mean, I think yesterday we had 450 cases. You know, we're averaging between 400 and 700 a day, right, at the moment.
Jesus Christ!
So I think I can't see that's going to, in 6 weeks' time, that's going to be down to 10. It might be down to 100, but it's not going to be down to 10. So what happens? So you open up again. You have all these restrictions in place, and then in another 3 months' time, you're back in lockdown again. So I think what's going to have to happen is, I mean, a lot of the things that are happening here are aged care facilities and stuff. I think, put them into lockdown. If you're over, 70 years old, stay at home. The rest of us, make sure you social distance, make sure you've got masks on, bring the fines in, make them harder fines for people that won't comply. The biggest thing here is these dickheads that are tested positive. They door knocked 3,000 homes and 800 were at fucking work.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's not like
we get a lot of that.
We're getting paid. These guys are getting paid. It's not like they haven't got any money. They're getting paid. The government's paying them, right, to stay home, but they're still going to work. So it's just not ending. So I think, in all honesty, what's going to have to happen is everybody's going to have to be careful. Make sure you social distance. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you wear a mask. Blah blah blah. But get on with life. Otherwise, it's never going to end.
Yeah.
They've never actually developed a vaccine for any coronavirus ever.
No.
So. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, yeah, by the end of the year we should have a vaccine." You're not going to have a vaccine by the coronavirus at the end of the year. What I did think was funny was the Chinese are testing a new coronavirus, but they're testing on the Indonesians.
the guinea pigs down under.
Fucking hell! Yeah, this is perfect. We won't try it here, but hey, guess what? You guys are going to try it.
See, at my work, it's really odd because here where I am in Canada, we've been flattening the curve pretty damn good. We relaxed some things, the curve kind of climbed again, and our doctor basically said, "Nope, we're locking shit down again." But at my work, we've been really, really lucky, and we have approximately about 300 to 350 people working in my warehouse over 3 shifts, 5 days a week. And we haven't had an outbreak at my work. There's been other places where they have less than that, but still run 3 different shifts, and they've been having outbreaks and stuff. But at our work there, we've just been really, really lucky. We haven't had any outbreaks yet, and so we're still business as usual for us, But it's weird. We're doing really well, but yet we see these other places, and they show it on the news where a bunch of blueberry pickers, for instance, they had like 40 cases all of a sudden just bam show up at their place, right? So it's like, they have to put better precautions in at their job site to make sure that things aren't, going that way where we have all these restrictions and precautions we got to do. We don't have to wear a mask. We don't have to put on gloves and stuff at our work. We just have to make sure that we social distance, make sure that we wash our hands, and all our breaks are broken up into groups, so we're not having large groups of people together at work. But yet we still have so many people that come in and out of that warehouse on a daily basis that we've been very, very lucky, and keep our fingers crossed that it stays that way where I work.
Let's hope so. Well, what happened here? We were down to 0. We're actually down to 0, right? And they had this hotel quarantine, so anybody that came back from overseas with it had to quarantine for 14 days, and then they were allowed out after that. Anyway, every other state bar Victoria had either the Australian Defence Force or the police looking after the hotel quarantining, right? Here, the Premier of Victoria, Daniel Andrews, what a genius. He actually employed what we think is one of his mates' private security firms. They've subcontracted to another security firm. They subcontracted to a third security firm. And then what happened was the guys that were looking after the people there were basically having sex with the returned people. It got out. We had Ramadan, and they had like a big, obviously everybody celebrates Ramadan, and it got passed on to a cleaner. The cleaner that was doing cash jobs. She obviously went from house to house to house cleaning houses. They tried to contact trace her, knocked on her door. She thought it was the government knocking on her door because she hadn't paid tax, so she didn't answer the door. Kept cleaning, and whiz bang, here we are. So
Yeah.
needless to say, everybody's very pissed off with our government
from this thing that's going on right now. Imagine doing that contact tracing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they're going to regulate this. Look at that.
I'm just wondering what the outcome's going to be after this. So there.
We won't know for a couple of weeks, though, is the problem.
That's just the thing. It's going to be 2 weeks minimum before we know if anything's happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the worst thing about this is going to be is all those people are going to go back to different places. You're not going to be able to trace anything. They're all going to go. I mean, they're coming from sometimes. They're coming all over the states, aren't they? So
yeah, they get back because we can't get it. Canadians can't get into America right now. So if there's any Canadians there, I don't know how the hell they slipped across the border, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but like, I feel sorry for a lot of the guys in the States because, man, there's a lot of people dying over there. It's a worry.
Yeah, that's tough everywhere. Man.
Oh,
goodness. Mm-hmm. Well, at least it's not herpes.
What's going on the screen here? Where is that?
That's Sturgis.
That's Sturgis.
Oh, that's Sturgis. No shit.
Yeah,
Whose feed is that?
Live, that's live Sturgis right now.
Oh, they just got it's a random feed or whatever. I thought that was one of our
got
guys
a camera
or something.
set up and.
Yeah. So
nice.
Eagle Rider. Yeah, Eagle Rider's closed down here. Fuck.
Oh really?
I need to go on a fucking ride. I haven't been. Fuck.
Yeah, you haven't been on a bike in a while there, Rocket.
Fuck, months, dude, months.
What? Jesus Christ.
Well, I got other certain issues, but excuse me. For one, I need to get tagged, but that don't really matter. It ain't just that. I to be honest and admit on myself, I got a problem. This video shit, dude. I be on this video edit. You know how I do. I put 2 videos a week and 2 live streams. That's 20 hours a week minimum. Like, so it got to the point that even the bikes ain't in play. Because it's like, yeah, like I say, it's other issues and other things and times and my schedule and shit like that. But the time, the weekend, or some of those times I would have, like I said, remember I host Saturday, right? So there's that evening. And then a lot of times Sunday I ended up editing or just too hungover to ride anyway. And because I'm only drinking my little stream. But yeah, dude, the riding life is just horrible. I mean, which is cool. I ain't tripping again. This is the passion and this is what it's all about. And so, sometimes also feel great to get off the bike for a while. People forget that sometimes. I used to ride every day for months and months and months. And like, you lose certain things. You lose a certain amount of fear that you should have for one. And then the thrill, like you forget that feeling. For one, it's a drug, right? It's like keep doing the drug all the time, you're not gonna feel the drug, right? And so sometimes when you get off that thing and get back on there, and then you get that renewed fucking vigor, and that sometimes. So that's why I ain't tripping off not riding, because I know when I go back, it's gonna be fucking great. It's like getting some pussy after. It's cool in here. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. It's like getting something after you ain't had nothing for a while. I didn't know if y'all cuss or how vulgar it'd be in here.
We started cussing since Scouse was on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I started cussing.
I never cuss, mate. I never cuss.
I've never heard a single thing out of you, Paul, that I wouldn't want my kids to hear. So
yeah. Or I don't know the monetization. Sometimes people want their monetization or whatever. Well, that shouldn't matter no more though, right? Don't they got the new monetization thing for basically like rated R type shit? There's another thing. I forgot what it is. I think it's another color or something. I forgot. I wasn't monetized yet, so I barely paid attention. But because I just got my shit a little while ago, but it was they made a new tier or some other system where you could actually have a crazy language or stuff like that in there and still get monetized.
Yeah,
I'd have to look at it. Just look it up. There's 2 versions of the monetization.
I think it's when you put on a live stream, you actually have a choice to say that it's restricted to adults. Then you can fucking cuss the shit out of
I'm
the
leaving.
place.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'd have to find that. I forgot what it was, but I think you might even be able to tell there was a color. I forgot. I shouldn't even brought it if I can't remember, but yeah. It's a little different system, but yeah, I don't be caring about none of that. That's the reason I don't trip off monetizing vlogs, hangouts, nothing else, because I'm like, that's why I'm glad if they did come with that, because I wasn't going to stop none of that. I'm not going to stop how I talk or do none of that,
Yeah.
Hey, just a question. Have any of you guys actually been to Sturgis?
No.
Never.
No, I wouldn't mind it. That's so far. Yeah, it is a bucket list thing for us. It's pretty far, and then it's but yeah, it'd be cool. It looked pretty wild from the little shit I've seen on the little TV, little show, different reality shit they got. I've seen, but
yeah, it's just a party. It's what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. So that part, I'd be right at home. I'd love all that.
Yeah,
basically, and with titties and shit like that walking around. I don't know about this. This a Corona version, so I don't know.
Oh, there were a few. I saw one with the ass hanging out.
Oh, it's nice. Because that was what I saw. I mean, I know that's where my brain always at, but yeah, I just saw hella women walking around with their titties out and shit. And
that's Rocket would say leg humper mode.
Yeah, exactly. Leg humper mode was activated. Yeah.
They can take the top off, just wear a mask,
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. That'd be good. So that's the part that intrigued me.
You don't need a mask for your titties.
No, you shouldn't. They shouldn't have the dumbass rules on that. Yeah, other than that, I just got problems. Oh, they go damn paramedic or EMTs. No, for me, it's just all those cruisers is a little bit painful. That's the only problem for me.
Yeah.
I just don't care for cruisers. So
there was a guy I seen a Polaris roll through there, a 3-wheeler roll through there earlier.
Is that right? He's probably one sport bike out of 1,000 or some shit like that.
I'm sure there's a few. You just don't see them because it's mostly a thing, right?
It is. I mean, again, I ain't got to each his own. I'm just saying I don't care for that. So I have
there's a Honda Goldwing right there. Buddy's riding a Honda Goldwing right there, right? So it's not a Harley. So
no, I say cruiser. It ain't Harley. I just say cruiser. Period. Or non-sport bike.
No. 90% of the bikes there are going to be Harley, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They told them beach was almost like that. Between that and like fucking Hayabusas with extended swing arms and shit.
Yeah.
What's funny about Sturgis is it was actually created by Indian Motorcycle, and that Harley.
Oh no shit! Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
Right. They just took over. Yeah.
Well, because Indian kind of went to the wayside, right?
Yeah. Right. It was just gone forever, right? For a long time.
That's another Goldwing right there.
I see that. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's, like I said, 2 wheels are 2 wheels. I don't give a fuck. And if I only had no choice and it wasn't nothing enough, of course I'd ride a cruiser. I would never not ride just because it's a cruiser.
That guy looks like he's on a scooter right there. He is on a scooter. I love that.
I gotta give him props right there. That's hardcore. Right? He got huge fucking balls.
Anyone right there.
That's embarrassing.
I'd love to go over there with one of those 110 postie bikes.
Yeah.
That's better than a scooter. I don't care what it is. A scooter. Anytime you put your feet up like that, that's the problem with that one. Well, and no gears. That's the main problem. But because I don't care about the feet, it's that there's no fucking shifting the gears and the clutch and all of those shit. But the second part is putting the feet up like that. That's the part that's like no. What's that joke when they say scooters are for men that like to feel wind in their vaginas?
Yeah.
But Paul, you've been to Thailand, right? So when you go to all those road those bike shows and everything else, we park our bikes at the hotels and we ride scooters all over the place.
Right, because that's all everybody ride, right? Yeah,
exactly.
But you know what? I'm going to say one thing. They are so easy to get around on the scooters. Like you just jump on and go. Like it's just they're actually fun to ride when you're on them.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. And I don't be
The only problem
I don't be talking shit against them.
Every time you sit on a seat in Thailand, you got to bloody wet it down with water, otherwise you burn your ass. It gets that hot over there.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn, what the hell?
I'm spewing, Fletch. I'm supposed to be in Thailand.
Yeah, we are both supposed to be there, mate. I'm supposed to meet up with you, remember?
Yes,
no way.
I'm
Oh, that sounds
fucking
awesome.
bleeding.
It's like,
I'm
fuck, because
bleeding.
Damn.
it's this time of the year that they have it's like the kind of the summer month. It's not monsoon, right, here in Asia. So we'll ride, everybody goes up to Thailand. In my case, it's about 1,000 miles to get to where we want to get to. And every year Paul goes there as well. So we were supposed to meet up this year, the both of us.
Oh, no way.
And now we're fucking on lockdown and shit, and all the boys
Right.
locked down.
That fucking
Motherfuckers.
sucks, right?
Exactly. You know.
Where you at? So where you at, Fletch?
Hey?
Where you at, you say?
Singapore.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And he's in Australia.
Yeah. So that's quite a trip, though, for you up there, right?
Well, 12, it's actually about an 8-hour trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8-hour trip. Because
That ain't too
for
bad.
us, because we have a great highway that connects, and it connects to another highway. They've just built a new one in Thailand. And basically we're tearing down at about 100 miles an hour down the highway. So we make good time.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, so we were going to meet up over there, which is I'm freaking. And what's even worse? I've already bought my plane tickets. I've got everything. I can't use shit.
Right, fuck, dude. So many plans. Like how many? Yeah.
They have a big bike week as well there, which is happening every year. And it's, in Thailand, being Thailand, it's a fucking monster party every time.
Yeah.
Right? It's always a week long, and they really know how to fucking put the rock on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And it's literally titties everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck.
I'd
Some
be right
male,
at
some
home,
female,
man.
Fletch.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh yeah, we have to be careful about the
You
other
gotta be
one.
careful. That's all I heard about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're in bikinis, you can tell, right? If they're in bikinis, you get extra bulge, so that we have to be careful with extra bulge.
Man, the funniest thing ever was a couple of years ago we took. There's always four of us go. There's me, my wife, and a mate of mine and his wife. But we took our kids across as well, just for a holiday. Anyway, we went into Bangalore Road, Fletch. You'll know Bangalore Road.
Yeah, Bangla.
So Bangalore Road is like during the day, it's like all markets, and then somebody flicks a switch at about 6:30, and it's just, man, there's no holds barred. It's hookers, titty bars, sex shows, you name it. Anyway, so we're going into this to have a look at it. Yeah. I said to my son and his mate, now just be careful because you don't know what's male and what's female sometimes. No, we'll be able to pick it, no worries. Well, within 10 minutes they're going, fucking hell, what the fuck's going on here? Couldn't pick shit.
I swear to God, even if they were to open their mouth and they were to talk,
You're
still not too sure. Then you just got to reach under. You just got to reach under.
I know. And if there's meat and two veg, you're in the wrong spot.
Exactly. And it's so strange because they're more beautiful than the real girls. Fuck me.
Yeah.
It's insane. No, it's true. It's insane. I can't tell.
No, we got some of that over here. That's true sometimes.
And if you're fucked up in your face, which is most of the time anyway, the place he was talking about is Bangla Road or Bangla Street now. It used to be on the beach until they had the tsunami, so they moved it into the town. And it's literally wall to wall strip joints, titty bars, ping pong shows, and whatever you have. They've got one that's very famous. I'm sure you all heard of Susie Wong, right?
Yep.
It's a pub that they have everywhere in Asia and sometimes in the United States as a franchise, but they don't do the same thing. When you walk in, there's a big sign outside that says, no cameras, no handphones on. The moment you walk through the door, all the waitresses are buck naked.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
And stuff like that, and they're serving you butt naked, titties hanging out and shit. Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. Man.
It was really funny because we were there and they got the signs. They walk around with these signs waving, ping pong show, right? And Elaine, my wife, goes, I could do the ping pong show. And the lady goes, no, you can't do a ping pong show.
Nice.
Oh my God. But it's interesting. Yeah, but the best part about it is, of course, the the bike shows, you know, and they have and like I said, they really know how to put the rock on. They're out partying. They start drinking like 2:00 in the afternoon. The bands come and you literally start on the beach and you have like 4 or 5 stages and you have bands playing 24/7 for
and the
the
bands
entire
are really good. The bands are really good.
awesome bands. Even though sometimes when they come on, it's rock, but it's in Thai. You don't understand, but you still can just rock on. After a couple of years, you can rock anyway.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Then you got the bike shows. And the good thing about people from Thailand is they really love their motorcycles. So it's not about cruisers or anything else. So you literally have everything under the sun on the beach, right? For all the bikes.
They're just little scooters.
And now scooters is to get around, but you literally see custom bikes, and not just for the crew, but for sport bikes.
Different types, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big motorcycle culture over there. But if you imagine, like their motorbikes are like to go out on, and their scooters are like a ute. Yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome, though.
It's kind of like me with my bikes. You know, my little 250s, my little Toyota Prius, and then my Harley's my hot rod.
Yeah, exactly.
None of that. So it looks like we have to postpone it to next year, mate.
I know. I hope we get it next year. I hope we get it next year.
Well, we have to, man.
It is the hard part how you can't really plan nothing. Like, you know, like I think about some of those things. I got all these little certain plans, and it's like, I mean, like you say, just even next year, you're like, okay, I already gave this year up, but then even next year, like, well, I'm still not sure. We don't know. But I just assume because it'll be all over after the election, so we'd be all right.
Oh, God Almighty!
They'll get the vaccine right after the election. The cures all up, and then all race relations are going to be great, and everything's going to be normal by Christmas, and it'll be a normal holiday. Watch.
We'll just forget 2020 ever happened.
Every 4 years, we have a so-called pandemic and a big racial thing. Every fucking 4 years. I'm just saying.
The American conspiracy.
Just saying, it ain't really conspiracy. I'm just going by the news. Just go Google it. Google every 4 years. You'll see H1N1, a SARS, or this, or that, or that.
But it's always during your guys' election season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's everywhere in the world. We just had an election at our place, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Is that right?
Yeah. They literally lifted the lockdown. I mean, we're supposed to be in a lockdown. They lifted it just to do the elections, and then now they're going to shit again. Even though they're trying to keep things open, and I know they want to keep the economy open and everything else, but every single day now, since they opened the borders a little bit for essential travel, for business, we're importing 10 to 15 every day. What the fuck, right? I mean, Jesus. And you're right. You're probably right. You know that once everybody gets their shit together and the politicians have decided what the hell they want to do, we probably get the vaccine, and hopefully things get back to normal.
You know what, Rocket? I tell you what, I can't believe, and this might sound naive, right? But I can't believe in this day and age in the United States of America, they've still got this whole race fucking thing going on. It blows my mind. It just honestly blows my mind. Not only America, world. I can't believe this. I cannot believe that people still think like that. It just blows my mind.
Right.
I mean, it is, but it's not. That's the thing to it. It is. It's their. I hate to use their fucking words. It is systemic or systematic, whatever. It's shit in the laws and shit like that they do fuck us over with. But overall, usually most of your everyday experiences is not going to be some racial shit, right? 80-90% of people are good people. Yeah. And you got those 10% of assholes, right? I'm not going to run across those 10%. Yeah, cops, that's different. I ain't talking about, because I'm talking about regular people. Cops, I got a high percentage of that dude don't fucking like me, or he just got mental problems anyway. But as far as the population, no. Those people stir shit up, and they, even like now, technically it was good, but when you stir all that shit up with what they've had in the media, then even people who are okay, you start getting pissed off and you start hating the other side. And that's all that shit is them divide and conquer. It is to get everybody stirred up and keep fighting. Because people were chilling, and people are mostly chilling, and they don't like that shit. People are all together. That is the only part I did like about all them dumbass all those protests and all that, because is that it was like everybody together. It wasn't just one group. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's whites next to blacks, next to Latinos, next to everybody was out there. So that was cool. You know, but overall, it causes a lot of division. A lot of people still, yeah. So you're right in that sense. It is still there, but I say it's the laws and the other shit that matters to me. I don't really give a shit about what people think about me. I'm more worried about that you can't buy a house, or you can't live a certain place, or you can't get a certain job, or you can't, or if you go to court, you and this other person are gonna have two same crimes, but you get way more time, and that kind of shit. Those are the things that matter, you know. And that's not going to change, sadly. It's negative. That's in the system, and it's dialed in the system, and there's no way you can vote all you want. You ain't going to vote that shit out because who voted it in, right? Yeah. People don't think the shit they put that shit in made it, and you can't get the shit out.
Yeah, the equal rights for everybody is just definitely not in the system.
Nah, that's the illusion of freedom. That's all the democracy is. Actually, I don't want to say too much because I'm gonna get jacked up, but yeah, it's the illusion of freedom. Motherfuckers ain't voting for nothing. Don't vote for nothing to matter. You don't vote for them $3 trillion to disappear. You would have voted to get your money and your family to be okay. So that voting shit is bullshit. Instead, they just took fucking the trillions and trillions of dollars and handed it all out to billionaires and corporations. And gave the people some crumbs, but yeah, let me stop. I don't want to say too much. Like I say, because I'm gonna offend somebody massively.
I'm so offended right now, Rocket. So.
Or if I don't offend somebody, they'll call me a fucking crazy nut job conspiracy theorist. So that's the other side. But I just be going by history. I don't go by no wild mad shit. I go by what happened, either what happened to me, what happened to people I know, and what happened, and go again, just a tiny Google. Just Google a little bit past the regular shit, and you'll see the atrocities that's been committed, and you'll understand, yes, these motherfuckers would do that much dirty shit and lie about all that. Yes, they would. They do it all the time, and it comes out, and people see it and just ignore it. That's the problem. Perfect example, Epstein. I ain't gonna say too much. When somebody like that just disappeared and they just murdered and it's just off the news and gone and nobody cares, and no, that's huge. But look, and that's how it shows, you know. Yeah, I am off my rocker. Don't listen to me. I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Oh goodness.
But just learn a little bit of history.
It's a worry.
That shit ain't new. It was done way back with like Kennedy and them. That shit was going on back then.
Yeah. You know, earlier we were talking about and looking at this video on Sturgis, and the cameraman, whoever the fuck he is, reminds me of all those football matches and baseball matches and what have you. And the guy just zooms in on the titties.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's a good cameraman there.
I know. It's the best. Fuck the game. Fuck whatever's going on. There's some nice titties.
Right.
You know.
We used to get it with especially the cricket here, because cricket's always in summer, yeah. So there's always chicks at the cricket with bikinis on, and in the end, people started complaining because they wouldn't show men, right? They'd only show the women. So they go, okay. So what they do is they film the guy with the biggest beer gut, the biggest man tits you've ever seen in your life. They film him and then go back to the chick with the bikini on.
Nice.
They zoom in on a guy who does have his own nice pair of tatas, so it's like just really nice looking.
Until you zoom out.
I mean, I could be that guy, but I don't wear. My crop tops aren't that low, so.
He said, "Man, tits."
I need a brosier.
Right. Oh, that's old school.
Yeah.
Or a man's ear.
Man's ear.
That was the argument, wasn't it?
The bro.
Yeah, the bro or the man's ear or something like that. I forgot. That's my shit.
That's a funny show.
That is. That's still my pretty much number one. Like that's. Yeah, I watch fucking I still watch that shit.
Yeah, I was watching here last night. You know where had it on? You know the episode where George's mum finds him having a toss, having a wank.
Oh yeah.
And she goes, I walk in on my son using his body as an amusement park.
Oh, over else for dramatic and shit. Oh, that's right. Then she like fall out and end up in the hospital and shit, right?
Then she's sitting there talking to him. The guy's giving the other guy a sponge bath. Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's right. And then with the chick with the silhouette, in the bed next to dude, that shit is brilliant. Dude, the writing, just everything about that show. That's man. To me, nothing's ever past that, man. I'm sorry. That's not an age thing. That's just good writing. It's so good. Look, my sons watch that shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The new generation start seeing that shit, and then they know, after a while, funny is funny, man. When you got some real shit like that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very, very funny. There's actually a good show that Seinfeld does. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Netflix now, called Comedians in Cars.
Yeah, in Cars. I know I haven't watched it. I just keep seeing the clips everywhere, and I just haven't. I think I watched like one or something when Eddie Murphy was on there. But yeah,
no, it's
oh, there you go.
This is it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The silhouette of the girl in the back.
She's trying to get a sandwich. Hang on a minute, Ma. But I'm hungry now, George. I'm hungry now. Just wait a minute.
And her fucking voice to her character, and it's the whole thing.
And then they have the bet to see who could last the longest.
Kramer that was the greatest.
Kramer looks at the window with Sheila getting changed. I'm done. I'm out.
It was like 5 minutes or some shit. Fucking Kramer. That's the one, though. You already know. That's who made the show, period. Like, Kramer fucking, oh my God, dude. That dude is hilarious. His whole, that character is just, oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Ma, I'm buck naked.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I still watch reruns of that for sure.
No, me too. This is one of the rare shows that I still, because it come on late night sometime, and it's towards me going to bed, and I'll end up just leaving it on right there. Oh, here you go. There you go. You can't blame him, though. Come on now.
I just love the way he looks over his shoulder. Just
right. He peeped. Come on now, who couldn't resist? Come on now, though. I mean, that's yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's not listening.
Right here, shit they talking about.
Notice how he's holding his shirt there for a second.
Right, look at this fool. He got full on wood right there. That's fucking classic.
Oh man.
Oh God, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. They don't write like that. Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best,
It is. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Like I said, I still laugh. No matter when you watched it that many times, like whatever episode, I've seen all of that shit, and it still be funny. It's still,
it holds up. It stands the test.
It's like Married to Children, and when it comes on.
Oh my God! Don't get me started, dude. That's my other one. See, now you done fucked me up on the one I just said number one. Because technically Seinfeld is number one, witty and just all that. But Married with Children, remember, that's like me. That's, you already know. That's half of our character, half of our live streams, half of us. As far as him and his personality to a certain point, before I was married with children, I was married with children. It's like that. But then when I remember being with her, and then I remember later when it was like that, and that shit was just hitting too close to home. The ex used to be mad at the motherfucker because she knew all that shit was funny because it was real. Like I said, I was married with children before.
And you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why it's funny, because it's just so true.
Mm-hmm. And again, you already know you couldn't say that, but yeah, all the shit he was talking about and what he talking about, and it was just, they give everybody shit. That was the point. That was back to last era. You really could have did that. You talking about fat chicks, gay people, whoever, just everybody, everybody. And it was like, I mean, but it was like we saying, it was true, right? It wasn't like they were really talking shit or making fun of. But, Yeah, but yeah, that's the last of that era.
From that era would not be able to make it today.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. You would literally almost be arrested damn near now, right? It's almost to that point.
That's like on the movie shit today, you know, with what was that guy's name? Archie?
Archie.
Well, they got a new version.
All in the Family.
Yeah, I watched that new version. Dude, that shit was so watered down. I was almost disgusted. I was like, get the fuck out of here. This ain't no fucking All in the Family. Come on now. Even then, that wasn't that bad. Damn, I'm just saying, that's the point. This new version, because you can hear they was trying to be PC a little bit in there. They was trying to touch on the issues, but the way it just wasn't right. And then the characters, I guess I couldn't, it probably was a brain thing, because I couldn't get past Woody Harrelson. That's, you know what I mean? It was just certain little things that, he's doing a good job and all that. I'm like, nah, well, if you old enough, for us, we remember that shit. It's hard for me to see somebody else replaying that. You know, I just couldn't do it, you know?
Yeah, Archie Bunker is the best, man. He and his fucking green sofa, right?
Yeah, you know, that era, him, George Jefferson and all that was like the opposite, right? You had the both sides, and then, you know, that's just that whole time. Yeah. That was. I think it's gonna come back though, because you know how it go. We gonna do all this shit, and it's gonna overcorrect at one point. After a while, people gonna get tired of all that fucking pent up shit. And we almost gonna be like, basically, we going back 200 years. We got to go back through all of this shit, and it's gonna revolt back to hella crazy titties and other shit back out. You know, it'll be.
You're talking about that, right? I mean, I remember. Have you ever watched this movie called Swordfish?
Yes, I heard of that. Though. I remember that. I think
it's with Halle Berry and John Travolta and the guy from Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, right?
That's back in the day, yeah.
Right. So I remember watching that movie in, I don't know, 1999, 2000, and I thought, it was a good movie. Then yesterday I caught it on Netflix, and for the first time I've seen Halle Berry's titties.
Oh,
what the fuck? I was okay, you know.
Hey, Fletch, you got to watch Monsters Ball.
That was where first, exactly. He know what's up. That was the first. Yeah, that was the one that like shocked the world. That's when she got like the what is that? Whatever award it is, Emmy, Oscar, whatever the fuck you get. Yeah. That's where she first got that.
Oh my god, that's like that made my day, man. Shit.
Yeah, that's like that moment was literally burnt. Yeah, either one of those, you say either one of those movies. If you missed the first one, but yeah, that image is burnt in many men's memories for a long time.
So you talk about changes, and because of Game of Thrones, so now suddenly on Netflix you just get to see all them titties, man.
I know. It's a lot of this shit. These motherfuckers don't understand how good they don't. And it's also bad to a certain point, but I'm just saying, like you say, we see one pair as like a huge deal. They just got shit everywhere, like, you know, at their fingertips, in their hand. Which, like I say, I think that's kind of the bad part.
Yeah, we're all desensitized to it.
Yes, and it's cause people got a lot of porn addiction. They're not talking about a lot of shit. These look, man, look, this is bad. I hate to even talk about this, but it is real. We're gonna talk about something you always talk. I've heard some stories where little fucking like teens can't get wood. A virgin teen that couldn't get wood because they've been watching and spanking it so long and so. Look what you starting off with. You see what I'm saying? We started off with, you were lucky if you got a fucking Playboy magazine with one page and that girl one fucking nipple little titty in there. You know what I mean? And you worked your way. It took, remember, you didn't even see video for a long time, right? You only saw stills. And so look at your progression, right? These motherfuckers, when they first see it, they liable to see like a double anal gangbang or some shit. You know what I mean? For their first fucking thing. So remember, like, you got to go up from there, right? Yep. So I guess oh my god, I mean that's sad, but yeah, it's the way they were saying it's literally kids that damn near need Viagra and shit like that, and the Viagra gave them a half a chub. It's that bad, man. For real, this is like not a joke, but this is, and these are the cases and the shit that's happening that they're not gonna really talk about, you know.
No one in the chat Google 14-year-old boy can't get an erection. Do not.
Yeah,
Google.
Please don't. Exactly. Exactly. I'm sure you might have some people knocking on your door at that point, but there's some there's some stories. And I heard this shit on the podcast where I heard somebody talk. It was a Joe Rogan podcast, but I can understand what they talking about with the you know what I mean? Because I remember where this is early on, you know, for our generation, how it is. Like when my kids, right, when they got to the age, it was almost pretty much about to have, you need a computer. They had to have a fucking computer. And I remember me and the ex like kind of talking about, they need a computer, and I was like, I don't want to get. They don't need no fucking computer. And she's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I was like, look, these are little fucking boys. You know how much porn they about to have at their fucking fingertips? Because this is early on. This is like, what, at this point, this is like 10, 11 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, even then, I'm already knowing, like, again, because already, first of all, as an adult, that shit is a problem for us. So imagine a little fucking, you know what I mean? A 10-year-old, 12-year-old get a hold of that shit. That's all he's going to look at. He's going to be zoned in that fucking computer and never come out of his room. Right? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what we did with one magazine. And you literally got like millions of magazines at your fingertips. Like, yeah, that's the bad side. There's some downsides that they're not talking about. So I feel for these kids.
Too much of a good thing.
There's a comedian named Chad Daniels who, his like, Chad, we have a kid who's going through puberty. What are we going to do? He's like, well, first, we're going to knock.
Right. Yeah. For real.
I remember as a kid, is like, you know, to see that one little booby is scrambled like Skinamax. So it was like scrambled.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw one.
I saw one. Yeah, I saw it.
Those are the days.
It's a split second too, because the Wiggles got to line up. They got to line up and go perfect just real quick. I saw it. Like you said, we said Skinamax too. That's the old school, exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, and in our time, it's just trying to smuggle in some Playboys or Hustler. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and VHS tapes.
Yeah, later when you had the tapes.
Passing it behind, you know, in high school, right? So the next guy could get his hands on it. I think those were much better. I think, you know, at least we get to crave for it. Just like
exactly. Exactly. It was like a treasure if you found one of those.
You don't want to be like the fifth or sixth guy to get that magazine. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Exactly, though, right? Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And that's the time.
Hang on.
When...
What happened to page 4? Why is it stuck together?
Right.
And that's the time where we're trying to discover stuff. And then we go and watch Police Academy, and we're wondering why this guy is making all those expressions with someone underneath the podium. Right? We're trying to figure that shit out. That was 1980, right? So we're trying to figure this shit out.
Right. Yeah. That is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that is true though. Like you said, a little more innocent. We had a lot more. We had the gradual, slower step. I'm kind of happier about that. Like I was in like junior high before you ever seen like video. Like it was that deep.
Well, maybe not perfect. So.
And even when you saw video back then, Rocket, you couldn't see nothing. There was that much hair around. You couldn't see shit anyway.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. Back in the big fucking
So we have to wonder about that shit as well. Huh? First time you see it, say, "Oh, okay."
Crazy, definitely a different world in that sense.
Man, that's
wow. This is quite the off subject that we.
Yeah, I know, right? I hope I usually take it somewhere twisted. That's what I say. I'm kind of
That's fucked up. We start off talking about fucking Seinfeld.
Right? Because he was talking about beating it. It was going down that path. This is just. I know this got to be sad. I ain't never seen Sturgeon. I'm pretty sure that should have. The videos I saw, you already know. This got to be sad compared to the norm.
Well, it's still the first Friday.
Oh, is it? What is today? Friday?
Yeah, a lot of people are still coming in.
My guess is, by tomorrow night, it should be packed. I would think.
I mean, that's still a pretty decent amount though for this situation, but
yeah, it's quite a lot.
I'm sure it's probably usually way more even for the first night. You know,
well, they kept the Canadians out this year, so you know.
We got Road Rash. Oh, you know. Who was that went down? The Dirty D's went there, right? Or no?
Dirty D's on his way there, or is there already?
Yeah. I saw a little couple posts on Instagram. I ain't been on social media. I've been out of it a little bit for the last week or so.
What about is Riding in the Ozarks going?
He's there. He's there already.
Yeah, he's there.
Nice.
Yeah. He just posted one yesterday, a video, I think, of his trip there. So I think they're starting out. I know Jonesy's as well is going, but he's going to go at the end of it.
Southern Fries there.
So there's
I
quite a
didn't
few
realize
people.
LED was such a big thing for motorcycles. Holy cow! Look at all those lights.
Yeah, look at that. That's the parties that we were looking out for, right? The food and the parties, man, and the friends.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
This
That's
was supposed
sick
to be on
right
my
there.
bucket list. Oh, look at that.
That's I know. That's what I'm looking at. That's pretty clean.
Now
Like you
that's
say, just any party at this point.
Look at that
That's
thing.
the other part, though. When you think about later, when this shit does all open up, oh my god, everything is gonna be fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody's so fucking happy to be out. You know.
Now, did you see the thing about, in London, right? In England, when they opened, when they said, okay, all bars are open. Everybody got fucked up in 24 hours.
Right.
Right? You saw the pictures of people
Exactly.
like the chicks fucking lying on the floor with their ass sticking out. And
Yeah.
that's the next day they go into a lockdown again.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
be, it'll be
crazy.
like after World War II.
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I'm out of it. I don't even know if it's. I haven't even watched no news. I don't even know if we're supposed to be locked down. I don't know what the fuck's going on no more. Because this shit almost looks like it's back to normal over here. So I don't know. And I technically kept working the whole time, so not much changed for me. And I'm also one of them people who don't have much of a life anyway, so didn't much change for me. Most of my life is this, and again, editing and making videos and live streams and shit like that. So yeah, it didn't change much. I don't have one indoor video on my stream from the whole pandemic. I still kept going out. I don't give a fuck. I mean, not like that, but again, that's the point. Nobody's out. Like, who am I going to infect, and how am I going to get infected if nobody's out? I loved it.
Yeah, that's the perfect time.
I know during the
that was a perfect time.
first lockdown, I went out and rode. I didn't care. Even during this one, I'm still getting out and riding if I can. But it's just like, if I can stay, I'm an antisocial person, if you can believe that. So I have no desire. Like the other day, I didn't even go into the Harley dealership. Like I parked there. I was like, I have no desire to go in and talk to these people. So
Yeah, I got to go there and get my first service oil change kit, so I can do the first service on my bike. Even though I'm way past when it should have been serviced, it was like supposed to be done at 1,600 kilometers. I'm already at 3,200 kilometers. So,
are you doing
Stage 3?
Doing it yourself?
yeah, I'm gonna just do it myself. Why give them $300 when I can do it myself?
Right.
Bike payment right there.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it's a good thing you guys got garages anyway. I mean, people like us, we have to go to the dealership whether we like it or not because we're in an apartment building. So, fuck all I can do.
Oh, even if I was in an apartment building, I'd just do it in the parking lot or just fucking pull it out on the street and do it on the street.
We can. You know, the thing is that if a cop was passing by and see us working on our bikes, we get fined. You know, shit.
Really? Eh?
We can't do it because they don't want oil and shit to be on the tarmac, on the roads or everything else. So we get fucking fined. So it's more expensive to get fined than to go to the dealership. So I must fucking go to the dealership.
No, okay, yeah. No, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's $500 for the fine, and it's $200 at the dealership. So fuck it.
Well, that's cheap. Yeah, $200. But I know it'd be like somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 here. So it's just like, fuck, that's like a bike payment, man. I'd rather throw that money at a bike payment and just do it myself. It's not that hard.
You see, the problem with a lot of dealerships is that they charge by the hour, and then it's minimum 2 hours, right? And then they would just say, let's clock over the 2 hours so we get 3 hours, and that's why it's $300.
Yeah. I mean, we all know it doesn't take that long.
No.
You know.
20 minutes, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm getting messages here. One of my guys has tested positive for this freaking thing, so I'm gonna have to take off.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
no shit. Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'll talk to you later, guys.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
All right, we'll see you, man.
You guys up next week?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see
It'll be
you
on
next
my
week.
channel. All right, man.
All right.
Catch you,
Later.
boys.
See you, man.
See you.
Cheers, mate.
See you, bye.
That's never the news you want to get, is it?
Sorry?
That's not the news you ever want to get, is it?
No.
That didn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
No, if it's
But
one of his employees, because now everybody's going to have to get tested and his
Exactly.
I think that's the problem with the type of work that you do now. He's in the landscape business, so obviously he's going to have a lot of a lot of workers who are in physical contact with people and everything else. It's the same with my company as well. We have the cabling arm, right? The guys that do the cabling for data centers and stuff. So we also, and because of what's happened, a lot of them are on lockdown. They have to test all these guys in the dormitories, and basically we got no work done for the last, I don't know, half a year. That the business ground to halt, that part of the business, and that was the one that's making the big money, right, for the company. That's fucked up.
That's
and we had
crazy.
shit in the Philippines, and in Thailand we couldn't do because we can't even travel. That's really tough, and a lot of them were also tested positive. We had one entire team tested positive. That's fucked up.
Yeah. I know they're. They said I can't return to the office until at least next year, so I'm working from home till at least then. So yeah,
it's okay. You know,
again, like I said a few minutes ago, I don't like people anyway, so I don't need.
Works out.
You may Then I go. Although I would say probably talking to my teammates better than changing a blowout diaper, which I did today. But you know,
I remember the blowout diaper days. Yeah, all up the backside.
this one was bad. It's like she hadn't pooped all day, and then all of a sudden I hold her for 5 minutes, and I'm like,
kaboom!
Yeah, ticking time.
Baptized daddy.
Well, that's the second time she's done it, but at least,
yeah, my daughter's done that a few times too.
At least I got paid for it. Hey, Mrs. Dodo teacher here.
I see you over there.
Hey.
How's it going?
A blowout diaper. My daughter's looking at me off like, wow, diaper. Of course, they don't remember. They were just babies when that happened, right?
And the blowout is like nuclear waste, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just it comes out of every place that's not sealed up.
And the shit you've never seen before, literally.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, is that what's coming out of there?
It comes out of the backside, the front side, around the legs. Yeah, it's no fun because it's instant bath once you get the majority of it cleaned up.
I'm just thinking of the people who are joining the stream here and there, and now they're hearing about blowout diapers. This happened on your motorcycle? When did this blowout diaper happen? Well,
that's what happens when you have kids. Anybody that's had kids and never had a blowout diaper, well, you're the lucky few.
Right. Don't miss some of those days.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah. It could be worse. Yep.
But at least, you probably have to put up another 3 months of late nights and early mornings and shit.
My wife's been awesome though, so I can't complain. She keeps the show running for the most part, so I can sleep at night before I work. But yeah,
nice.
All right, this Moto Teach coming in.
Thing about
there she is. What's up?
Kids never have to use diapers anymore. The day that the diaper becomes
that's a great day.
We're probably right now. He's really close to getting it. So
yeah,
we've had a good. So that's proud papa moment. He's like, I gotta go. Yes. And then 20 seconds later, he pooped his pants.
Yeah.
I took you off too soon.
I remember babysitting because that's what teenage girls do first, and then you go lifeguard. So I've experienced some of those. I've experienced also getting peed on while I'm changing a boy's diaper.
Yeah,
that's a common thing.
That's another one.
Yeah. It was my.
They all giggle and laugh about it because they can see how high it's going there.
It was
hilarious to them. Yeah.
It was my nephew who was already squirmy as is. Like you literally had to strap him down as you were doing it, and it was just one of those like kind of comical movie moments where just like shoot, and he just looks at you all adorable and laughs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
running away naked. I know my daughter did the same thing.
That's like funny too.
I actually did find out that I'm gonna get another possibly nephew or
Awesome.
niece. So found that out like yesterday. So
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm the youngest on, my wife is also the youngest. So like we're the last ones to have the kids. So we didn't really get to like, ha ha, now we get to be the aunt and uncle. No, it's just like we were already the aunt and uncle. We don't get to give back the kids anymore. We have to actually take them home with us now.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, Motor Teach, are you back home or are you still AWOL?
Oh no, I've been home since the 15th? Yeah. I'm a little wonky. We had our first week of school this week. So
That's early.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all online. So we've been dealing with that. And there's a lot of cool and awesome tools, but I'm sitting in front of this computer from like 7:30 in the morning till about 3:40, breaks included, of course, but still, and then everything I have to do afterwards. And I always forget how much extra time I end up putting in that I don't get paid for, but it's okay because I love doing it. So, but that's why I didn't post a video this week. Maybe probably like not even next week. I don't know. It's a lot.
So is it like Zoom video that you guys do, or is it where you guys like how much interaction do you have throughout the day with them?
We're online all day.
Online all day?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Every hour the kids get a 10-minute break, which of course I stress to them. It's your time to get away from the computer and all this other stuff. I actually, right over here, I make sure they kind of do see me. I'm because my jeans got a little too tight, which I don't know why.
Oh, they shrunk.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's what it is. Even though I've been washing it in the same washer for a while now.
Yeah, well, sometimes they shrink.
Yeah, I think it's just the detergent. But I'm doing like push-ups and my squats. Like I'm getting up and going around, which it's nice because also during those breaks, I'm actually able to do things that I wouldn't be able to do, like go to the bathroom. Because technically we're not supposed to leave the kids unsupervised while they're there. And I mean, at school, I have to be in my room. I have to be in the walkway and all. You probably don't want to hear about it, but it's just been interesting. There have been some challenges, of course, because some kids' internet is it just sucks, just because of their circumstances. Most of my 7th graders, no, all my 7th graders have showed up. I'm supposed to have about 32 8th graders. Only 19 show up because as long as they show up like in the morning, it still counts for their attendance.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
of course, I think they don't like coming to me because they know I'll make them work because I know them. But they'll come to the new teacher, who is my partner, because he doesn't know them. But
I'm just thinking about if I was a kid in this day and age, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to mute the teacher, and I'm going to watch Netflix on my picture-in-picture here.
Well, see, you would think you could do that, but I have a very special program where I can block them from doing that.
Oh, wow.
I can block them. I can open tabs for them. I can chat with them privately. Like, I see you. You need to stop that.
So they must dial into some sort of network that you must all be on then.
Yes. No, it's a software that's new, but the main thing is like I don't do that. I do more like hey, I see you're on task, like making it a positive thing rather than like a big brother thing, because then they'll actually be more accepting of it. Because I mean, that's the thing. It's just some kids don't do the right things, and that's just their way of acting out. But you know, I actually had one kid like talk to me privately about something, and he's like, I'm really glad I could do this because I would be afraid to. And it was nice. It's a nice feeling.
It's probably a lot easier for kids to talk to you one-on-one that way, opposed to doing it at school and being and then being scared about being bullied or something like that because of it, right?
Yeah. Although they're finding things like, you know, who has a Discord and stuff. I mean, I can only do so much, but if they have their phone right here, I can see when they're like, I have one kid. This is what he's doing. Okay. Ready? Pretend this is a switch. Actually, I could. No, I'm not.
See, that's where the parents have to interact with the kids, make sure they can see what the kids are doing.
Yeah, and
they're focusing on their schooling.
So I send a private message that pops up on his screen. I hope that everything's going okay and that you're not getting distracted by anything. Looks at it, clicks it off. You know, if anything is distracting, you should put it away. And then you gotta love this.
Oh no.
And then the stare down.
Hands full.
But you know, my main thing, it's not personal. It's because I'm telling them to do something that they don't want to do.
Don't want to do, exactly.
I mean, that's the thing, is that honestly, I mean, this is the thing with my 7th graders, they're all there because they're also skilled. They're scared of me. They're scared of their parents, but they also want to be there. And then with the 8th graders, I mean, that's the thing. 18 out of 32 of them are there, but that's the thing. They're still there. They could have blown me off, but they're still there. They're going to give me a hard time, and, you know, but it comes up with interesting stories. Like, I'm going to write a book whenever I'm done with this. I have stuff already. Like, I have stories. Like, a boy saying how he would be so curvilicious when he got pregnant. I'm like, you know, that's not, like, it's the things that you don't expect is going to happen. Like, when you come back from a sub and, you know, you ask the class, like, you make it seem like something happened, even though the notes say everything was fine. So you go in and be like, all right, anybody gonna tell me about yesterday? And like, you will get so much more than what the sub actually writes. It's great. And one of the students was telling me, he was like, oh, this is my first year teaching too. It was the first time I was out. And it's a 6th grader. And he's like talking about everything they did, kind of going along with the story. It was great. I said, thank you very much, sir. And then another student raises her hand. And she goes, Miss Laufer, don't believe him. He's sweet on subs. And the entire class was like, yeah. And he got beat red. And I'm just like, what do I do? What did I do?
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, no. I see a question. Yes, my students know I ride. One of my students did find my TikTok for my channel.
You were so careful.
I know, and that's the thing, is like, now at this point, it's just like, do I make the face reveal now and just be like, yeah, screw it? This isn't really hot. But how he told me, he's not even in my class anymore. He was in my class last year, and he messaged me kind of to see how I was doing. He's like, yeah, I got bored this summer. I'm like, oh, really? I wonder why. And I just looked, he's like, he was all like, okay, I wanted to tell you this. And I'm just like, what? Say it. And he's like, so I looked you up online. I'm like, okay. Okay. He's like, I found this, and he found the one that I don't know why this is, but one of my videos now has 43,000 views on it.
Wow.
And I don't know why. And he goes, dang. I was like,
oh no.
That's me. How do you know it's me? It's like, it's under your name. I said, maybe that's a different person. I don't know. So, but yes, they do know I ride. There are some people, some of them want to ride with me, and I tell them, no, I can't. I don't have a 2-seater. And they're like, we'll get one. I said, well, if you can buy one for me, go right ahead. Right ahead. You have no idea. So.
We were just talking about it as well earlier about how kids now have access to the internet and they can get information so easily, right? Mm-hmm. And then, just simply Google anybody and you probably can find out something for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I Googled myself once, and apparently I'm a very successful photographer. I didn't know that about myself. Like same spelling and everything. It was kind of weird. But
can you imagine though trying to do what you're doing today? But it's like 20 years ago. We're still on kind of dial-up modems. If you guys even know what a dial-up modem is, I mean, like what happens to the school system if what's happening now happened 20 years ago? I mean, it's like complete shutdown at that point, I would think.
Yeah, no, it would be. I mean, it's what some districts did. Like when it did shut down, you made packets to send home that they would work through. Like probably getting like the textbook out and saying you have to do this chapter by this point of the way. Like that immediately. That's just what I would do if I had no internet, no nothing. I mean, just use the resources that we had. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is just we're very lucky. Yeah. And we're also very lucky the fact that we can provide the devices for the kids and hotspots. I just found this out. Like we are providing hotspots for some students who don't have internet.
Great idea, because I know like in Kansas we have so much rural farmland that really, you might hit a cell tower, but there's a lot of places that don't have internet anywhere. They have satellite stuff, but they don't actually have.
Yeah.
They don't have Google. How do they live without Google? I don't know. Yeah. But
well, we just so I have my kids watch CNN 10. It used to be called CNN Student News, and it's like 10 minutes of just like news stories. It's even though it's CNN, I find it very objective. Mm-hmm. I mean, but it's something to kind of get that out there at first. It's something also to give me a break, and I don't have to do anything. If you want to know why, if you watched a lot of movies, your teacher's going through something. Just letting you know right now. We get lazy sometimes. They was talking about I think in Peru, same thing. It's rural. They have no internet, so schools literally shut down. And it was actually about a teacher who was writing to his students' place to make sure they didn't fall behind. He wasn't asked to do it. He did it on his own. And I know a lot of my coworkers, if that was the case, we would be doing something regardless. So, and our district is very, very awesome about all of this. Like they say safer at home is better. Like they don't want us to come in until it's safe to come in, not just for the students, but also for the staff, which we're very lucky because I heard some school districts in Georgia where, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, they could sign a permission slip, the parents, for their children not to wear a mask.
Wow. Okay.
And I believe there's already a teacher and a student already.
Yeah, I thought I saw a news story where there's 2 cases due to schooling out there. Mm-hmm. Doesn't take much, and if I'm gonna bring this back up again here, then you got this happening out in Sturgis. It's just like,
oh yeah. Actually, our one of our dealerships around here was like getting ready for this, and I'm like, they're still holding that.
Yeah.
Like all the Babes Ride Out and like Lita stuff that I wanted to go to got canceled because of everything. And
Right.
I think the city said we won't. I mean, they probably said we won't. The city won't survive unless we hold this.
yeah,
You know, and I think they played it right too, because I think the city just said we'll sponsor like the opening ceremony, but we're washing our hands of everything else. And so basically, hey, if you guys want to come up here, we're not going to stop people from visiting. So, oh man, but look at all the neon lights.
Yeah.
that's cool.
To me, this is a positive thing anyway. You know, it's good to be able to look at this and instead of all the doom and gloom and shit. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was
Somebody
actually
having fun.
to have my,
Wow, look at that.
Well, that's why I didn't even really know what the hell's going on, because I literally didn't watch the news. I'm in a bubble. I don't know what's going on in the world.
I'm just waiting for someone to knock over the whole line of motorcycles like you see in the movies.
Because I can't back up for shit yet.
Uh-oh.
Like, yeah, I can't back up for shit yet. I would be so nervous. Somebody else would have to do it for me.
Oh no.
Bagger. Dyna, bagger.
Yeah,
It's all baggers.
Yep.
pretty much.
Look at that. Oh my god.
Well, if you think about it, though, I mean, Sturgis is a destination place, right? It makes sense to go on a bagger because one, you can pack all your luggage, and then two, if you're going 1,500 miles to get there, it makes sense to show up there. I wonder how many of these people have, like, the bagger isn't their only ride. I mean,
Yeah, there are a few people that have baggers and like a Dyna or a Sporty sitting at home, right?
yep. I mean, that's the way I would. That's why I think my next bike would be a bagger of some sort. I don't think full fairing. I think I was telling Fletch the other day, Road King seems like the perfect combination for me, where it's a little bit of both, or like the Sport Glide if they ever throw the 114 in it. But
yeah, I like the Road King too. That's probably my favorite when it comes to a bagger style bike. Would be the Road King.
yeah, and my brother's he's my inspiration for it.
That's getting
Pushed.
the guy's got
Yeah,
pushed.
Carnival Crush, darn it! I should be there. Yeah, why do I have to work? I'm grateful for
That's
working.
me. I can't even stay up late because I got to work tomorrow.
I'm grateful for working. Don't get me wrong.
Same here.
Instagram.
Although I did have another student make a big mistake.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
They
there you
said they
go.
were bored.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
simplistic. I know I can't make that any bigger, unfortunately, but just simplistic beauty in a Road King.
Yeah.
Just it has just enough, but it's got all the touring capabilities. So, but yeah, and also don't believe him. He's not that bold.
That's your brother, is it?
I called yes.
Yeah. Well, you've been called out, brother, man. You've been called out.
I was gonna say if we're gonna call out women for like wearing a crap ton of makeup and not looking around, I'm gonna call that out too. You're all brave facing the storm, and I found out you're a wimp. Heck no. Screw you.
Yeah, Road Kings, the best. I think without the doodads, I mean, to me, is the street glides and the stuff and everything else. It's just too much doodads, you know.
Yep.
You need to keep it simple.
I would
think
make-
around where I live, the Street Glide is your belly button bike. That's what everybody rides around here. So it's that's why I'd rather have a Road King over a Street Glide.
I would maybe opt for the electric glide standard, the one that has the fairing but no CD, no nothing.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But honestly, I think JP 1970 and I don't think it's a Roland. It's there's another one, Randy T-Bird. So they both have Heritage Classics, and they put that rifle fairing on there, which is pretty similar. but it quick disconnects. I think that's the way I would go, is something that I don't have to have on there all the time. Because
but if you want to go on a nice long ride, you got something there to help with the wind.
Exactly. Yeah. And then if you got to like Sturgis, right, you get to your hotel room, like, well, I don't like how this looks with the fairing on there. Just pop it off, put it in your hotel room, and then go out. I mean,
oh, that reminds me. I got my Memphis shade in and I put it on the bike.
Right.
Did you do it yourself, or did you have to help? You had to have help.
Okay, this is what happened.
A big sigh.
I was gonna film it.
Video.
I was gonna film it. I didn't, because when we decided to do it was at like midnight after a whole day, because we were waiting for it to get cooler outside. So we actually opened the thing. We watched a movie and whatnot, and I was tired. I was a little hangry. And I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I don't want to feel like a pussy doing it. So the moment something went wrong, my fuse just like.
Oh, look at that crazy one.
It's on there though. We may have fought, and I said "fuck you," and then one of the brackets didn't fit right because I couldn't figure it out. I went back upstairs and said I was a failure, and he was right. And I went to the other room, and then we had a chat, and he helped me.
Did you say F you to the bracket or F you to him?
I said F you to him because he was there.
Yeah.
And I got mad because he knew what to do and I didn't.
That big old fender on that.
Oh, crap.
Shit.
Darn you and your mechanical abilities, because that's what you do at work all day.
Right. But is it on? How do you like it?
Oh, it's on. But we've learned never to do anything late night again with me not having any sleep. I love it. We went on the ride where he had actually not given me my engagement ring yet because everything happened so fast. So we did it on the ride. It was nice. It was fantastic. I went as fast as when I really feel it. I didn't feel it at all.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's I think at one point I was like, oh, shit, I'm going too fast. I didn't notice it.
Yep. That's the thing about the Memphis shades, right? They're really very well done, and I think that's the go-to fairing for almost everyone, right?
Yeah.
And I have a Memphis shade as well on my Dyna, and I believe Brett also has one as well, right?
I do again. I went back to that cafe fairing because it's the perfect one for me. So because I tried the Road Warrior and I got nasty head shake, and I went all the way up to a 15-inch shield, and I still got it. So I said no. So the cafe, I get air up to I get no air up to about here. Then I get a clean air up above it. I can live with that. So and most of the time I ride fairingless anyway, so that's really just for my 100+ mile days. So quick catch, gotta love it. So another thing I did not like about the Road Warrior as well was it came with an extension block for the headlight, and if you took off the fairing, it looked really awkward having your headlight sticking way out off the frame. So it didn't have as clean a look when you disconnected it. But I think with your type, you have the bender from Futurama headlight, right? The little rectangle.
No. Hers is the street bob, not the fat bob.
Oh, she's got street
bob.
Yeah,
no, I have the cafe one too.
What's that?
I have the cafe one too.
Oh, you didn't get the Road Warrior? I thought you got the Road Warrior.
No, I got the cafe because the Road Warrior to me was I felt it was a little
awesome.
Too much.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm also not that tall, so I didn't think I needed it.
Awesome. More respect for you for having the cafe fairing. That's great.
Yeah, I like the cafe fairing.
It was like, can I do this right now? I was like, yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so Road Rash, I had a cafe fairing once, and my wife had a Sportster, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go try this other fairing. So I bought her the brackets bolted right onto her Sportster, and then she didn't let me have it back, so I had to wait for another one to pop up for sale. But yeah, man, it's amazing what just taking a little wind off of you does for your longevity of a ride.
Oh yeah, made me want to ride more. But then I got like it's still 102 outside, and it's 8:40 at night. So,
but it's a dry heat.
I don't care.
It's fucking hot. Yeah, exactly.
And like I promise people though, like I promise people I would not like ride without any gear on. Like I would like always be gear all the time. So it sucks.
So yeah, about that, I've not worn my jacket as much the last couple of weeks. Just it got so hot. I still wear like a t-shirt and a flannel, which isn't going to save me from anything, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just the comfortableness of it, or I don't know. I don't know what prompted me just to start doing it, but I don't know. I shouldn't do it, but I do it now.
But your flannel is the ones that have Kevlar, right?
No, these are just Dixon.
Oh, this is the regular ones. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I will, once I lose some weight, I will buy some of the like Bob Heb UK, and there's a couple Skull Rider stateside that makes them, and they do have the Kevlar, but I don't want to buy something that's that expensive just for me not to be able to wear it next year. So I think that'll be like my goal. Like once I lose the weight, I'll buy something nice like that, and then I can be protected. And
you sure it's not your washing machine?
Well, it's definitely my washing machine, but I don't know. I'd hate for it to shrink my Kevlar jacket or my Kevlar shirt too. So that dang cold cycle gets me every time.
I still, yeah, you know, you'd think because you know I'm a woman, I know how to do laundry. Fuck that.
I mean, it's the whole working from home thing is what's got me. It's it's the COVID-15 is what people around here are calling it. It's like
that's funny.
Because when I worked at the office, I got 2 15-minute breaks and a lunch break.
Yeah.
And I walked on every single one of those breaks. Now I'm working from home. I either have to do something with the kid or I go sleep for 15 or 30 minutes. So,
or order delivery.
or order delivery. Yep.
I mean,
gets me.
Lunch break.
Yeah. I think like I was getting 10,000 steps a day because it's a very useful tool is proximity. You don't have to say anything. You just make your way over there. And things work. Things come into play. People start paying attention. It's great. Can't do that.
Can't do that no more.
No. So I think I'm going to, it's just, I feel you there.
Oh, man.
It's so crazy, though, that, like, just the different areas and how they're, like, because, if this was anywhere on the East Coast, it wouldn't be happening.
Midwest.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will say the West has more of a, Midwest to West does have more of, like, a kind of relaxed feel to it. California has its spots.
Yeah. Well, Booze and Jeans, they were saying that Cali is spiking like crazy out there right now.
So this is going to sound stupid, but what is like? I heard. I know it's Sturgis. I know it's a rally, but I'm still that new that I'm not exactly sure what this is.
Bunch of dudes with a few girls riding their motorcycles across the country for a town that's about 2 blocks long to see vendors and say that they did it is what I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I think
it looks like it could be fun. I want to do it once in my lifetime during the rally, but
it'd be cool.
Yeah.
To ride up there on my own and like be like, yeah, no, I'm not riding I'm not a passenger. And I'm
I
not.
think, I think the draw for Sturgis and any bike show would be the long distance riding with friends or alone, getting to the destination and basically, it's just a big party at the end of the day when you get there. But I think the draw for Sturgis is the fact that you don't have to book into a hotel. You got camping grounds and stuff. So you can literally have camping, and then you can do your barbecues and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different than most places. Like here in Asia, we will go up to any of these big bike shows hundreds of kilometers away or hundreds of miles away, and we always end up in a hotel anyway. We don't like have proper camping grounds and stuff. So it's a little bit different. Then in the camping grounds, you have stages with rock bands and stuff, and then of course they have their famous bars and stuff to go to. But I think for most bike shows, it's just basically to go there, meet people, and take a look at the motorcycles in general.
I mean, think about if you had spam cards, if you wanted to plug your channel. I mean,
Right.
Oh my gosh.
It'd be like going to Vegas.
Right.
It'd be like going to Vegas with the phone card.
Yep.
Here you go. Here you go. Don't call me, I'll call you.
Exactly.
But no,
Yeah, I'm sure that's what JT Southern Fried and Dirty D's are doing right now.
actually, yeah. Well, speaking of Dirty D's, I know because Fletch was talking about campground. They're not in a campground. They look like they're in a swanky, nice house. Is where it looks like they rented out.
Oh yeah, the Airbnbs as well. That's going on. That's big. They rent out the entire house, so the people actually move out of the house and rent out the entire house for the duration of the week.
And I bet you the cost of that is probably paying their mortgage for probably 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
For the 3 or 4 days that they're there. Yeah.
Exactly. I think the camping grounds are interesting as well because it's not just literally you ride in your bike and then you put up a tent. There are a lot of people that actually don't ride. They trailer their bikes there and then they ride around. So people like Jonesy's, what he's doing is he's trailing his bike out there in a motorhome. And there's a motorhome park there, and then they will do their barbecues and stuff. Then take out the bikes and ride around town because it's just way too far for where he is.
That's what we need to do. We just need to go buy some farmland up there and just call it a campground and charge people, and then that funds our fund for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Fletch, I need you to start Venmoing me about $10,000 per month.
Oh yeah. I'm on that.
You'll be entry level. You'll get a 10% cut of everything, and I'll run it, so I'll take 90%. And
till we get the campgrounds going, then I get 100%.
Oh,
you grow your corn for the rest of the year.
I do like corn.
Oh my God.
Goodness!
Look at that beef. Yeah. Food.
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
Beef, the official meat of the city of Sturgis. It's like someone paid to have a beef banner hung up there.
And that has double meaning as well. So yeah, we'll get into that.
I think the biggest moneymaker there, if you want to make good money going there, other than selling beer, is having a smoker and selling smoked meat. I think that would you would make all kinds of money.
Dude, can you imagine if you had like a jerky stand? You'd be sold out in an hour.
Oh, yeah. People got to eat when they drink, right? And they're going to eat. If you got something that smells really good to attract them, they're going to come and spend money.
Oh yeah. I've
that's the thing.
Rescues. I know the deal.
I was watching something on Netflix about barbecue, right? And they literally have a competition going on in Sturgis where they literally put out all the master barbecue guys, right? Are putting out all that stuff, and I think that's probably what it is. And you go there and you just go mad on all the beef and ribs and pork and whatever.
Oh yeah, I know I would.
Beers and barbecue, man, that's the best. And then you get good quality stuff because these are guys that are master barbecues from all over the world, right? All over the United States, not the world. And they'll all come down there and they'll do it, and it's a big thing. So that's quite interesting to see as well and eat, of course.
Do you think there's more people there right now than there possibly would be because they're like one of the few like things that have been happening?
I think yes. I know Road Rash has said like the Canadian border is closed anyway, so all the Canadians who would probably float down can't go.
Right.
But this is also like the opening Friday. I think this is still the early onset. I think it's going to get crazier.
Oh, yeah.
Because it goes for like a week. It goes to like the 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
So it goes for a long time. So this is just like the opening Friday of it. So,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of money that I don't have.
Yeah, that's true. And I was doing, because this is on my bucket list anyway, and I was actually doing the math, right? It's going to cost me about $10,000 US for flight and lodging alone.
Damn.
Right, and rental of the bike.
Right.
Living expenses is another thing, so it's probably another 5 to 6 grand on top of that. So
Damn,
maybe
that's
16
crazy.
to 20 grand.
GoFundMe.
Right?
I'll get
I
behind.
don't know if,
So,
I don't know if
Fletch,
that shit
imagine
that
by the
fun.
time that you're ready to do this, I'll most likely have a second bike. So you fly into Kansas City or
Yeah.
ride up, so at least covers your bike. Then we could stay at a B&B thing. We can have that price. We can cut that 10,000 down to 5,000.
That's a good idea, right? So now you're next to convince your dad to give you your bike. Oh, you see, you're still on. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, he's not on, but
Oh, okay, but you're gonna watch it back.
That's
okay.
That's
I fucked that up.
Ixnay on the or whatever they call that. So
They'll be in Italy.
what about Italy?
Wow.
There you go. See. In November, that's where my husband is, which is why he's my husband now.
Right. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That would be great to be able to ride there.
Yeah, we'll be there for possibly 3 years.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're shipping your bike?
That's the plan.
Excellent.
We'll have to figure that part out, and it's making me a little wary, but I know my bike's going if we have to even choose. So.
Well, from experience, riding in Italy is beautiful. Let me tell you, it's different. It's somehow different from riding in the United States. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the buildings and the people and the streets. You know, you when you get into a town, it's not tarmac like this. It's cobblestones and shit. So it's a little different. Very old school, but beautiful places to go to, and the mountains especially. Fuck.
Oh, and you guys would probably appreciate this. I hit 106 subscribers.
Yay!
Awesome.
All right, congratulations. Well done at last.
Congratulations.
God damn it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hell of a
shit.
milestone.
Fucking YouTube.
Mhm.
Fucking YouTube.
Thank you.
It's a lot harder than it used to be.
If I really did let it blow up, I'd tell my kids about it.
Mhm.
So did you create your own personalized URL yet, or are you still?
What?
So when you hit 100, like you can now do youtube.com/c/Miss Moto Teach if you want to, instead of having all those characters at the end.
Oh, shut up! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know
that's the benefit of that milestone.
Yeah. But I think you can only choose it once, so you have to choose wisely.
Yeah.
So make sure you want to be Miss Moto Teach forever if that's what you want.
Pressure on you right now.
Well, you don't have to do it right now.
Yeah.
Listen, if I don't, I have to write it down. I'll put it next to my rocket post-it that I have on my my computer.
Rocket post-it. What did I do?
You gave me a quote to put up there. You don't remember that?
No.
You said for me to enjoy the fupa.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's an important post-it then.
That's it. It's still up there. My husband was like, what's that? It's like, don't worry about it.
I think I was shit-faced. That night I got fucked up.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah. Oh, no. That one so bad, I didn't even try to go rewatch it. I didn't even want to see it. I was like,
Yeah, you're
I already
good.
know.
You actually, how I even got on that night was that Black Phoenix messaged me and said, hey, we're talking about you. I was like, what? We were talking about when my husband rolled up and when we were on stream.
Oh yeah, I like that though. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cause I was laughing because I saw his face. I saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's what I would have did. Shit, who the hell are you talking to? If you walk up and see 4 dudes you chatting with, what the fuck?
That went sideways real quick.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was fine. Like he knows I do it. Like like even the first one I did with you guys. I told him about it and stuff. I don't know, but
you know that's natural.
Yeah. He just knows.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I'm just so glad I don't have to work tomorrow. This is nice.
I know, it's funny. And I'm over here regretting working tomorrow now. I was like, I should have signed up for this shit. Damn it.
I'm waiting all week for this day where I can finally have a beer. After I eat my pizza.
Yeah, good shit. I might got fucked up.
You know, I was watching this stream here and I realized there's a fuck ton of sidecars, man. Jesus. I hope they didn't ride from wherever they were to Sturgis on a goddamn sidecar.
I would say that I did.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Wacky Races, man.
Oh, yeah.
If you all remember the cartoon, the Wacky Races.
There's actually a cool one here. Like whenever there was a bike night here. It's actually a guy, he's a vet and he's in a wheelchair and he has 2 bikes. He has one bike where he'll roll himself on there and ride it, and then he has one with like an awesome sidecar with like the shark teeth and everything. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I'd ride it for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here, got too many rules about putting sidecars on here, though. They go through a hell of a lot of stuff, and then for some strange reason, the moment you have a sidecar on, they put a speed limit on it here.
Oh, really?
Right, so you're rolling on a 103 cubic inch engine, and suddenly you can only do 50 miles an hour max.
Oh, dear.
Fuck me, you know? It's like. So what happens is that these guys who get that normally have dogs anyway, so they put the dogs in the sidecar or kids.
Aww.
Right? Yeah, that's so cute. So it's like the only time you get to see that is the biggest event that we have here in Singapore, and probably the only one that's going to happen is the Gentleman Ride.
Right.
So that's the only time that everybody gets to get their stuff out. It's for a good cause, so normally they would probably still let it go. But, you know, I'm not sure how it's going to be this year. November, who knows?
Does your Gentleman's Ride allow big twins?
Yeah, no, everything, any kind of bike. So
the one around here was like uppity a couple years ago. They were uppity, like, oh no, that's got to be like this UK crap. I'm like, no. It just shouldn't matter what I'm riding, just because I'm riding a Harley, but whatever.
It's for charity, man. It's
I
for
know.
Charities, right? We all sign up for this Gentleman's Ride, and we donate a certain amount on the website. Then everybody goes. It doesn't matter if you're riding a scooter or riding a big twin, so long as you're there, it's good enough, and everybody gets a chance to dress up. And then they get their sidecars out and they start putting their kids in or their dogs in, and it's awesome. Right?
There's a spider.
Yeah.
I saw a lady rider. I was like, ooh.
Wow, that was like a mini bike with 2 up.
A little Honda Grum there.
What do you want?
It's Saturday for me, so I'm not gonna care about fucking emails and messages and shit. Yeah. Daddy Fat's tired.
Getting there. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get ready to get off of here in a minute. Damn it. Sucks. I made it. I shouldn't.
What happened?
Shouldn't have volunteered to work tomorrow. Shit.
I got sent a nice little photo with a caption.
Right.
Uh-oh.
I'll read you the caption and I'll show you. It says, "When you roast her too hard and she's like, nah, get off of me."
Hold on. Let's Let's make this bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, I can't see it.
I'm
You gotta
struggling.
make her the solo. Do the
Yeah,
solo
make a solo.
thing.
Oops, I don't want to remove her. How do I make her solo?
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Is that
the frogs again.
nice?
That's cool.
this is how I know somebody's a little bored at work.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. He's stuck there because his normally on Fridays they can come home if they're not on weekend duty, and he says he has a new expediter, and since he's so new, he doesn't know to send them home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're at 3 hours. I think
Just hit.
I am good for the day. Fletch, you need to go ride if those clouds haven't moved in yet.
Yeah, I know. I can still see the sun out, so I'm gonna go and put on my helmet and get on the bike.
There you go, man.
Get some get some
Get
miles in a bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys all for joining. Anyone left in the chat, if you're still there, I hope you all have a good rest of the night. As always, I am Chuck Fett.
And I'm FletchDyna.
And we'll probably be more motorcycle related next week. So
hopefully. Hopefully.
All right.
Unless Police Academy comes up.
That's different.
Or 14-year-old boys with problems. So all right. Take care, everybody. Good night.
All right. Take care. Peace out.